Hello? What's up? I thought you were going live, bro. We, we, like Nintendo, bro. I thought you meant like chilling in the chat, you know. I mean, not if I'm the only one in chat. That don't sound too appetizing. Can't lie. Why don't you stream on YouTube, bro? Yeah, but your YouTube channel has some subscribers. That's not true. I mean, nobody goes on YouTube for live, I will say, right? But if FD is streaming, you think I'm not gonna click? When Markiplier streams, I click. I guess. But it's not even that. I feel like I can't stream doing nothing but talking though, you know? All right. I do not see your live, but hold on. Just because my screen is up. Okay, there we go. Wait. I think. I see where your mouse is, right? Oh, wait. Okay. Don't see nothing. Yeah, I can tell. I can tell you turned it off by the fact that it was. Why exactly are we playing Nintendo music? I'm playing like some lounge jazz, like something that really grasps at somebody, you know. I said lounge jazz. The hell is grass jazz? What?
That's not
What?
supposed to happen.
What's not supposed to happen?
The Discord audio is going on into the desktop audio, which wasn't exactly what I was planning, but that's okay. I meant to have Discord on as a separate channel that I could like move around, but that's totally cool. That means we're live and alive. Do you want to hop on or hop off?
I'm already on, ain't I?
Yeah. Yes, you is. All right. Welcome, one and all. Welcome, chat. To the single viewer we got in the thing. Oh, okay.
We got a viewer?
I guess not. Well, we
Oh.
had a viewer for like 30 seconds. That's all good. No chatters just yet, but that's fine. That's fine. Today we are discussing the colonial histories of Africa and trying to understand it specifically in reference to um Donald John Trump's uh endeavors in the region, particularly with reference to Nigeria and the Sahel states, but also particularly with the Congo and the history of the mining that's going on in there. Um, do you know why Trump? Do you have like any inclination as to why Trump wants the Nigeria, or at all, or like the resources thereof?
It's evil motherfucker.
Yeah, obviously, but like we haven't been giving a like a clear reason other than that he did the strikes, other than the oil, right? Um, but that's an implied, right? I haven't even seen like concrete um material evidence as to say that he's like how is he gonna do that, right? How is bombing a random village going to help him get the oil? You know what I mean?
Well, another thing is African liberation and unity is an enemy of white supremacy.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Eh.
so, how
Mhm.
do you want to fight? You kill the biggest enemy in the room. That's common
Yeah.
sense. I feel like it.
What are you talking about? Like explain.
I mean, think about it, right?
Yeah.
Nigeria is it's a huge center in Africa for technology, for social customs, for everything. Nigeria is a very important part of Africa, right?
Yeah. I didn't pay for this, by the way.
You didn't pay
I'm
for what?
uh I've got a Diet Coke that I stole from my cousins.
Oh, I was gonna say, don't admit to stealing something on camera ever.
Yeah, okay, my bad. Anyway, you were saying Nigeria is
Yeah, but
one of the bigger countries, yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's a huge hub in Africa, so like it's a target too.
Has Nigeria been trying to like like trying to take back control of its oil
I mean, I hope
refineries?
so. I'm not 100% sure though. I don't think so.
Who controls the oil refineries in Nigeria? Okay. Is this it? What? Can't even spell. Full list government and private refineries in Nigeria. Recently, an agency, the government alleged that Yonte Refinery was pushing for a monopoly, but findings show that 26 other refineries spread across Nigeria, which have operating license from Nigeria Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, formerly known as the Department of Petroleum Resources. This means that if all refineries are active and as expected, the government plays its regulatory role, but it may be difficult for one company to dominate the oil and gas sector of the country. Okay. Is the Nigerian government necessarily competent enough to play that role though? Because I have seen conflicting reports.
I'm not sure.
All right. Do you think it could be? Like ideally, what position do you think they would need to have to be able to do that?
To be honest, any position of power, I feel like, well, because it's not really about power, because they
Mhm.
have the power. I feel they
Right?
simply don't have the motive to free themselves.
Mm. As in the the government is filled with goons.
Yeah,
Understandable. Um, but at the same time, it could be their hands are tied in terms of saying they necessarily have power but don't. have.
I don't
Here,
believe in that.
no.
I don't believe it.
Some people were talking about there was being a saying the Nigerian government, because they said they were a part of the strikes and were like coordinating with Trump for the strikes. They were like, yeah, no, they weren't. They were just saying that because it was like, yeah, no, we wanted this too. I think that's kind of silly, a little bit. What do you think?
I mean, it is kind of silly, yeah. Like, I don't know, it's goofy. You know what I mean?
This is how states nearby have kind of stand on business for that, whereas I feel it can be a mix of both. It should be, right? Nigeria was colonized by the British, correct?
You asking me?
Yeah. Just checking. Because I'm pretty sure it was, because it's English speaking, no? The federal government owns these couple refineries, whereas the private refineries, Nigeria heavily relies on imported refined petroleum to meet local demands. Why?
Yeah,
Campaign to put.
Nigeria was colonized by the British.
Okay, bet. Leading to a campaign to push in to invite private investors into the gas and oil sector. One such motive was the passing of the Petroleum Industry Bill by the Senate and the House of Representatives, respectively, and former President Mababu, or I don't know how to pronounce it, Muhammadu? Yeah, Muhammadu
Ahmadu,
Buhari
something like that.
signed the bill into law, which is known as the Petroleum Industry Act. The new act replaced the Department of Petroleum Resources with the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission under the Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources. The NUPRC not only monitors the oil and gas industry to ensure compliance with relevant regulations and laws, they also issue operating license to private refineries. Below is a list of private refineries with licensed by the NUPRC. Okay. Department of Petroleum Resources. Necessarily, what is the difference between these two? Because they sound like they would serve the same purpose ideally, right?
Yeah,
So why was it replaced? Is it just more Western backed?
probably. Yeah, that's probably it.
Nigeria's.
when you can put imperialism into the play,
Yeah.
it's probably it.
Yeah. What was the acronym? NUPDCR? NUP something? NUPRC. Whatever, I can't spell. How the presidential cam scanner. What? Excuse me. The presidential drive during the. This is like the official NURPC like website. You look down here. Just there, can we see like investors somewhere or something? History. Jervicom. Petroleum matters were handled by the hydrocarbon section of the Ministry of Lagos Affairs, which reported directly to the Governor General. The unit keeps records on matters relating to exploration, importation of petroleum products. It also enforced safety and other regulations on matters which were then mostly products in importation and distribution. As the activities of the petroleum industry expanded, the unit was upgraded to a petroleum division within the Ministry of Mines and Powers. Okay. meaning a new body was created 1971 to handle direct commercial operations, as in like the direct transactions in the oil industry on behalf of the federal government, while the Department of Petroleum Resources in the Federal Ministry of Mines and Powers continued to exercise statutory supervision, um, as in handling. But versus these two is was it a merger? The department was upgraded to a ministry named the Ministry of Petroleum and Energy, which was later renamed the Ministry of Petroleum Resources, merged the Ministry of Petroleum Resources with the Nigerian National Oil Corporation to form the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, in order to preserve the scarce manpower in the oil industry. This decree then created the Petroleum Inspectorate as an integral part of the NNPC. It entrusted it with the regulation of the petroleum industry. Okay, so far, all right. The Ministry of Petroleum Resources was reestablished, but the Petroleum Inspectorate remained within the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation until March, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the Nigerian corporation was reorganized, and by this reorganization, the Petroleum Inspectorate was excised from the Nigerian National Corporation and was transformed into the Ministry of Petroleum Resources and the technical arm, and renamed the DPR. Okay, so there's two DPRs. There was this one.
That's weird.
I know. There was this one. Um, These two merged into this one, and then the inspectorate was branched off and was named back into the DPR. The Petroleum Industry Act, signed by uh, Muhammadu Bari in 2021, I think was the one that they were talking about here, in which they replaced it with the Nigerian Upstream Regulatory Commission under the Federal Administration of Petroleum. Oh, and it's underneath the Ministry of Petroleum Resources. It's so many names. For what? I think I need a like a diagram for this or something to try and understand. So first it was the NNOC, right? And the DPR. And the first DPR, right? And their
Mhm.
jobs were respectively to handle direct operations and to exercise statutory supervision. Statutory meaning specifically requirements or permission. Okay, they would like issue the licenses and things. The department was upgraded to a ministry. And so this first one became the ministry, right? Became a larger department.
Mhm.
And then merged the ministry with the oil corp, the National Oil Corp, and then had a inspectorate within the oil corp, right? Within that merger,
Mhm.
whose job was then was the regulation of the petroleum industry. Was to say that the petroleum industry was doing this and that, was to regulate them. The Ministry of Petroleum Resources was reestablished, but the Petroleum Inspectorate remained within the Nigeria. Okay, so then they split back up, and the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation was reorganized. By this reorganization, the Inspectorate was then moved from there. Okay, the Inspectorate, it's the same DPR. Basically, the Inspectorate just like carries on the mantle, and now instead of just statutory supervision, they control the regulation, but that none of that even matters because it was all replaced, because that one was replaced with this one. Oh, good God. But what does that even necessarily matter for how the oil is moved about, right? Because I feel like there's a lot missing that we're still lacking.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of names. This is kind of what they do necessarily with just like government structures. It's a whole lot of obfuscation, just trying to name names for the sake of being confusing, so that the average person doesn't necessarily understand it.
It's like legalese.
Yeah,
Or
our values,
Japanese.
functions, management. What are these other acronyms? National Product Monitoring System, Robot Oil and Gas Production Data Bank. The objective is to basically provide an online platform to accurately monitor crude oil national exports through the provision of a system that direct independent acquisition of production oil from the gas facilities in Nigeria to ensure timely and accurate reporting of production figures and export data. It replaces this paper-based report, yeah, and ensures ready production reporting to the other inland securities revenue services. I guess that's their own IRS, and Nigeria's extractive industry, and the other acronyms that are involved there. Envisioned and empowered. Can you hear this?
Yeah, I can hear you.
ISIS has
No,
empowered
this.
the NUPRC to better
yeah.
determine the royalty
Okay.
payable and issue demand notice on companies. In addition, the nation has been enabled to better predict the performance of oil and gas reservoirs, and therefore better production forecasting. The above objectives and gains have been achieved essentially by implementing electronic data transmission at export terminals, onshore and offshore, by NUPRC personnel, as well as at the offices of the operators. This data is then stored in a robust, secure, and centralized database to ensure uniformity, consistency, and quality.
All oil producing companies submit a production data through the portal, in which enables the commission to implement a cohesive and real-time reporting of the nation's daily production status to the government. All right. I guess that would be kind of useful into looking into how necessarily this oil is being shared, and who necessarily is holding this oil and the crude oil thereof. Let me say Nigeria. Is the data publicly available? Okay. Nigerian NPMS. The links on this page. Field operator portal. X production dashboard. Central. Okay. I'm not doing all that, bro. For use by field operators. For use at land. Yeah, no, none of this is for us. Here, the real-time data. Yo, dog. I'm on Mac. I can't do that. It says I need to have the Microsoft Net framework. Someone else can look into specifically what that is. Here are other private oil refineries. The OPEC refineries, Watersmith refinery, Leonte, Niger Delta, Lowry refinery, XL, Odo, Odondit, Claire Gold, Ogani, Duports, Etipo, Gasoline Associates International Limited, NPDC, Freya Oil, Nigeria, Resources, Petroleum, and a whole bunch of King Petroleum, Atlantic International Refineries, Blazing Stock Petroleum Oil Company, Allegiance. Yeah, no, this isn't. None of this is helping. It's a lot of names. It's a lot of all this and that, but I'm not getting any closer to understanding specifically the players necessarily involved besides the learning the ins and outs of the internal, not affairs, but like the names of the affairs.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a better question I should be asking?
I don't think so.
Regulators in the Nigerian and oil gas industry. Nigerian oil and gas industry is one of the most important industries in the Nigerian economy, and the industry provides a significant portion of the country's revenue and is heavily regulated by various government agencies to ensure compliance with the best practices, safety standards, and environmental regulations. Okay, I guess so. This article examined the role, function of the regulatory bodies and their impact on the sector. All right, and that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not necessarily looking for the role of the thing. I'm looking for the reality, as in like Nigeria's richest man escalates oil fight with regulators, see corruption probe. This might be useful. This was December 15th, 2025. Lagos, December 15th, Reuters. Nigeria's richest man, Okeledo Dangote, escalated his fight with regulators on Sunday, accusing them of enabling cheap fuel imports that threaten local refineries. Nigeria is Africa's biggest oil producer but relies heavily on imports, and Dangote's refinery was meant to change that. Dangote said that if imports continued unchecked, they'll threaten jobs, investments, and energy security. Speaking at, let me just put the voice on.
Dangote said if imports continue unchecked, they will threaten jobs, investment, and energy security. Speaking at his 650,000 barrel per day oil refinery in Lagos, Dangote said imports were being used to checkmate domestic potential, creating jobs abroad while Nigeria struggles to industrialize. You don't use imports to checkmate domestic potential, he told reporters. Dangote called for an official inquiry into Farouk Ahmed Kama, head of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, citing concerns over his management of the sector and allegations of private expenditures exceeding legitimate earnings. Ahmed did not immediately respond to a request for comment, but he has previously said Dangote Refinery wants a monopoly on petroleum product sales, but the refinery's output cannot meet local demand.
So this guy, he's a little silly, but no, he kind of has a point. If you're going to have a country in which you are importing more oil, and if you're importing oil to use, even though you have dozens of oil refineries from both state and public, from both public and private refineries, right? Why aren't you using that? Why are we importing oil for that? Where is all that oil going to? Maybe that's the question I need to ask. Where is it going? Where are these exports?
Well, it's not going to the people of Nigeria.
Clearly, right? It's not even the richest man in Nigeria, who's clearly is not the greatest because he wants a fucking monopoly in Nigeria, right? Even he can see that. Where is Nigeria's oil going? Oh.
Good Lord.
Excuse me. failing exports and unsold cargoes test in their oil sector. And Nigeria's oil export hits $45 billion. Hmm, that's so strange. That's so strange. They're so rich in their revenue. Wow. How much of that is going back to the people?
About
None.
3%.
Crude oil earned in Nigeria makes up that much. The bulk of its crude oil earned in Nigeria earned Nigeria that much in 2023, making the bulk of its that much in exports. Damn. They have like a singularly focused economy, basically. Over 80% of Nigeria's export revenue comes from petroleum. Yeah, and underscoring vulnerability in global oil shocks. Infrastructure gaps, policy inconsistency. That's the thing that happened with Venezuela, no? Because they were selling so much oil and they just like didn't want to do anything else whenever the oil shock came, and whenever oil sanctions came from the US, they got like absolutely cooked. Right? Economically.
Mm-hmm.
You think they're warning of a similar thing?
Could be, really.
Petroleum remains. Let me finish the other article first. Oh God. Last month, regulators urged the president to drop plans to ban imports of refined petroleum products because local oil output cannot meet the nation's demand of that many liters a day. Damn. All of the output can't even meet the demand. How much oil are they using and why? 55 million liters. Yeah, but Dangote
They're a little
disputes this.
thirsty.
I guess so. Saying regulator was distorting the local refinery's actual capacity by off-taking its statistics instead of the true production data. Yeah, that would make sense. Because if they're like, how much are they actually? No way they're exporting like $45 billion worth of oil, and they can't even fulfill their own needs with that much oil. Are they just saying no, they can't do that because then we won't be able to sell it out to the West? Is that what they're saying? We're not going to meet the demands because we need to sell to certain people in the West?
That sounds like it. Yeah.
Do you want to go? You kind of seem like you're just yeah. Did you have something to say?
No, I just don't have anything to say. That's why.
Yeah. You want to stay?
I wouldn't mind staying.
Hell yeah.
I wouldn't mind
Stay.
staying at all.
I want you here, please. I don't know if you.
That's all you do. All right.
Alright. Ahmed did not immediately respond to request for comment, but he's previously said that Dangote refinery wants bro, already read that. The refinery, designed to end Nigeria's reliance on imported fuel and save billions in foreign exchange, says it has been unable to secure all of the required crude oil it needs because the regulators have failed to implement a rule that guarantees crude oil supply to local refiners before exports. That means, Dangote said the refinery imports 100 million barrels of crude oil annually. Yeah, so they can definitely afford it. That means the, NUP... Wait. Yeah, NUPRC... Who made the NUPRC? Nigerian engineer and lawyer, gas export appointed. He serves at the... Let's look at this guy's history. Born in Nigeria, lawyer. Currently serves as pioneer chief executive officer of the Nigerian upstream. Yeah. And he served at the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation in various group managerial positions, crude oil marketing divisions, and executive director. Um, I guess I should change the title.
The title of the stream?
Yeah,
To what?
understanding Nigerian neo-colonialism.
Well, but is that going to be the entirety of what it's about?
No, I can change it, but I just want it to
No,
be
I
more
guess.
accurate as to what we're doing now. Crude oil marketing divisions, executive. He's credited for formulating several strategic policies, including the electronic tracking of petroleum oil and distributions nationwide. Interesting background and education. Was born there in the local government of Ondo State, Nigeria. It is primary and secondary education in Ondo State before proceeding to University of Oregon, where he earned a bachelor's degree in engineering, and he earned his master's in industrial and labor relations. In 1995, industrial production and engineering from the University of Ibadan, before enrolling at the University of Benin, where he earned his law degree in 2006. He attended the Nigerian Law School and was called to the Nigerian Bar in 2008. He attended the International Petroleum Management Certificate Program. Boston, an International Gas Business Management Certificate Program offshore training conference in Houston, Texas. There it is. Komolafe is a member of the Nigerian Bar Associated and fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers and Council of Registered Engineers of Nigeria. This is likely what that's what I'm seeing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
International Petroleum Management and Certificate Program. Is this basically that's Coon School, right?
That's crazy. But yeah.
Kleino. For more than 20 years, participants have called this the best management program for the petroleum industry today. The 4-week program provides learning in 4 key areas, compelling lectures by a strong and diverse faculty, as well as a team in participation in unique challenges in oil and gas business games. Who should attend? This program is intended for managers in many key areas in the international petroleum and natural gas industry, including exportation. Yeah. Exploration. What? Exploration? Exploration. Whoa, I'm so stupid. Production, refinery.
Yeah.
Okay. Production, refinery, and petrochemical operations, marketing, legal, human resources, and finances. More than 70,000 managers have taken this program. Individuals who hold very senior positions in the oil and gas industry. So yeah, necessarily it's Western backed. From the purpose from just kind of just this guy, I guess. Let's see his picture. No pic? Damn. All right.
Nah, he just like that. He got that nonchalant, mysterious redhead aura.
Right. This is his career before the NUPRC. Guy.
Kamalafe served in several policy-making positions in the Nigerian oil and gas industry. From 2012 to 2014, he served as Executive Director Commercial, Pipelines and Petroleum Marketing Company, PPMC, and was General Manager Operations Petroleum Equalization Fund, where he introduced policies, including electronic tracking of petroleum products for effective distribution to inner parts of the country. 8. He was General Manager, Operations of the Petroleum Products Pricing Regulatory Agency, PPPRA, Group General Manager, Crude Oil Marketing Division, and Group General Manager, special
Mhm.
duties at the NPC.
After the Petroleum Industry Act came into force in 2021, President Muhammadu Buhari nominated Omalafi as the inaugural chief executive officer in the Nigerian upstream petroleum, and was confirmed by the Senate in September the same year. He's a vocal advocate of smart petroleum governance and has introduced several policies in advancing the use of technology in operations in Nigerian upstream gas and oil sector. And when they mean that, they mean to automate, they mean to get rid of usually that means just to get rid of like people in terms of the government. Um in terms
Mhm.
of like people people who can have feelings about trying to give oil back to the people, right? And
Yeah.
kind of like how Israel uses AI to find its targets, even though it knows it's wrong, even though it knows it's not gonna like actually like benefit whatever kind of cause they're trying to do, right? Whatever kind of cause they're trying to say they're gonna do, they're using tech and its faults, um, to be able to say, hey, look, this is just the natural effect of this beautiful technology that we have.
Well, don't forget they're evil.
True.
Can't forget that.
He modernized oil licensing process and modernized by modernized likely mean making it easier for Western people, for Western companies to come in and take. Introduced policies that promote environmental sustainability, ooh, including the reduction of gas flaring to 7.65%, scaling up average oil production per day, never mind, and improved security to prevent large-scale oil thefts at export terminals. His security initiatives reduced oil theft and increased Nigeria's crude oil from below 1 million barrels a day to over 1.6 million barrels a day. He introduced Nigerian upstream petroleum measurements, which improved monitoring and accountability. That's so promote environmental sustainability from a gas guy, from a gas and oil guy. Awesome. They can just like kind of say whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Workshop sessions include introduction of the workshop negotiating the rights to explore in Sandland. This is back in the Coon School. This was there. He had studied there, but was also offshore training conference in Houston, Texas. What is this one? OTC Houston. Where energy professionals meet to exchange ideas and opinions. Reserve your booth. Apply for a spotlight. Oh my god. A pivotal role in oil and gas, alongside the other emerging offshore energy sources, will play a role in shaping its sustainable energy secure infrastructure. You see global demand for cleaner and more efficient energy solutions grow. Offshore energy solutions are at the forefront of this evaluation. Offshore oil and gas exploration continues to provide a critical foundation, fueling economies and powering industries worldwide. Wow. I don't get how oil and gas peoples continue to like try and talk about sustainability as if they're not entirely like the reason that we're in the crisis that we're in.
And ridiculously unstable.
Incredibly unstable. You are the unstabilizing factor. My brother.
Might just be the most unstable thing I can think of.
Literally. It's like like, I don't know. There's too much violence here. Let's nuclearize them. Let's give them a bomb. It's like the fucking what's the thing? The Butter Battle book where they give each other nukes.
The what?
The Butter Battle book. As in like
No clue what you're talking about,
oh.
pal.
The Dr. Seuss.
Never watched it.
It's about the Cold War. It's like, no, we got in order to have peace, we gotta give each other nukes. It's such an odd contradiction. I mean, even that's just like the way that countries go about it, like generally speaking, too. Technical program, humanitarian. It's like the what's it called? The Nobel Prize was named after the guy who invented dynamite. Right before World War One or Two, I remember.
I was like,
Yeah. Same shit. The nigga selling you the poison is the one who's gonna sell you the antidote. Always. I don't know. It's not even like they're trying to hide behind any sort of veneer. They're open about it as well. There's required experience to lead upstream commissions as analyst. Oh my god. Nigerian analysts piss me the hell off. I need to show you something.
Okay. Let's see here. Put my reading glasses on.
Let me see if I can find the interview I had. It was, which one was I watching? It was one like from like a Nigerian flippin'. Yeah, are you serious? It was from a Nigerian news source, and they were just looking at exactly like the same situation that was happening, and it was just cooning the hell out so bad. It was like it was hard to watch. Details of Christmas Day strikes. Trump threatens more strikes. This is new, actually. This isn't what I wanted to show you. But
Yeah, I hope it wasn't that.
Negotiations taking place on multiple fronts this Christmas week. We're going to bring in now retired Marine Corps Colonel Mark Cancian. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me on the show.
And let's start with those airstrikes in Nigeria that Jackie's just reporting their force on Christmas Day. The administration is threatening many more as well if the slaughter continues. Trump saying he wanted to give them a Christmas present there, as Jackie just reported. What other strikes or shows of force can we expect?
Well, the United States has had a long-standing...
Bruh, hold on.
What if we killed these people?
Generally. This one, that was the U.S. strikes ISIS forces. This didn't even happen. The strike that was there was literally nobody. Nobody got hit. I don't know. It's fucking ridiculous. Also, this is the majority Muslim population up here in the north. The Christian population is down here in the south. And the terrorists that America may or may not be funding are in both places.
Effort against Islamic terrorism in Africa, and particularly in this area. I think we can expect, at the least, continuing engagement with the Nigerian armed forces. We train them. We provide them some support. We might also see some additional airstrikes. These were actually Tomahawk strikes from the sea as more targets are identified.
All right, Tomahawks.
Possibly also some special forces action to help the Nigerians and identify targets. We've had special forces in that area in the past, although they've been withdrawn.
And what does it mean to have cooperation from the government?
We had special forces in Nigeria? When did we have troops in Nigeria?
Beats me, bruh.
What?
Well, the United States has been
They
training
just be
them and
doing
supporting them
stuff.
I guess so.
in their efforts against extremists. We could beef that up. These kind of training teams are quite common across the globe and in Nigeria. So that's not a surprise, but it is reflective of cooperation between two governments.
Well, and look, from a military perspective, that's why we brought you on, right? What is it that really caused this threat level to rise to the point that on Christmas Day, a Christmas airstrike was necessary?
Apparently, the president wanted to make the connection between the strike
Hold
and
on. Can you pause it?
Yeah.
Is it not crazy? Is it
Yeah.
not absolutely insane how they have this implicit trust in him? They said what made it necessary.
Right. It's I don't know. They don't necessarily either. They don't see that it has like complete invalid. It's like that it's completely invalid, or they I don't know. American foreign policy is uniparty. They're just like
Oh, it absolutely is because
mm,
the thing is,
mm,
nobody reverses anything,
mm. Nobody reverses.
bruh. Like Cuba has been sanctioned for decades, bruh.
True. True.
This is this
Yeah.
is this is a this is a bipartisan thing.
Yeah. Um. The reality on the ground is not on the ground. The reality on Capitol Hill is they pretend that this is all I don't even know if this is like theatrics right here and they understand necessarily that this is just like America doing what America does and we have to like follow that sort of narrative, or if it's like just genuine like lack of imagination due to just like being hammered over and over in the head because you're just like in talking to so many um fucking war hawks and shit.
Hmm. It's so dumb, bruh.
It's got to be a mix of both at least.
And did it therefore on Christian
Yeah.
Day, on Christmas Day. Of course, these terrorists who are very real and a very real threat do threaten all of the population, Islamic include and Christian.
All right, and if we can, let's switch gears now and talk about Ukraine. President Zelensky is meeting with Trump tomorrow.
Hello? Okay. Um Inside Trump strikes in Nigeria, did they serve any purpose? Okay.
If you're anywhere here in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Delaware, and you have an old crack stained garage floor, like
Bruh.
Do Donald Trump's strikes in Nigeria serve any purpose? The US president says they're against ISIL, claiming that it targets Christians in the country. But are his allegations of religious persecution in Nigeria justified? And could his administration have other motives? This is Inside Story.
I trust Al Jazeera to like have at least a better like
More
analysis of the story.
progressive.
Yes, yeah. They generally are more anti-imperialist than most other sources simply because they're
It's hard not to be.
right when you're the target of it.
Well, not only just that, but like
Yeah.
it's ridiculous to get as imperialist as the systems we have in place.
Yeah.
To the program, I'm Adrian Finnegan. More to come. Those are the words of the US War Secretary after his
It's so funny because it's Jazeera English has just a bunch of white guys talking about the same shit. Which is not what you expect from Al Jazeera, but it's awesome that you're able to see a white guy be so like anti-American necessarily. Actually, I don't know. I don't wanna jump the gun
I
and
mean,
celebrate this guy too quick.
I I truly do not care what white people think.
Me too.
country carried out a wave of
Necessarily.
airstrikes against the Islamic State
It's just not what I expect to see, you know what I mean?
in
I
northwestern Nigeria.
suppose.
Pete Hegseth said that the aim is to stop the killing of what he called innocent Christians. Back in
Particularly a Brit. As a person who is from like Kenya and has the historical understanding, not like fully, but like generationally because of like my parents and my grandparents and things. The Brits the Brits hold a very, very, very hot place in my heart. And that is hell. I do not like a single Brit ever. And it's so weird to see them like I don't know.
November, President Donald Trump warned that the US would take action against the group if the Nigerian government, in his words, continued to allow the targeting of Christians. Abuja rejected those remarks, saying that both Muslims and Christians have been attacked and that it spares no efforts to safeguard the religious freedom of all Nigerians. Many say that Trump was pressured by his right-wing Christian base in the US to carry out those attacks in the African country. But are they really aimed at protecting Christians in Nigeria? And what could be the fallout on the country with a highly complex religious makeup? We'll discuss that with our guests in a moment. But first, a report from Amaboteng.
Nothing about
Residents in the town of
oil.
Jabo assessed damage after a US strike. Nigeria's government confirmed it coordinated with the US in an attack on ISIL camps in the northwestern state of Sokoto. The US Department of War released this video showing a missile launch. President Trump described the operation as numerous
Why are we calling it that?
perfect strikes and warned there would be more to come.
Oh my
post-
god.
Would you like to join the evil brigade?
It's also like Trump will talk about fucking the like imagine if we all like actually started calling it the Gulf of America, you know what I mean? That's
It's so goofy.
it's so unserious. Like it doesn't help anything. It's not for any real purpose. It's just like for aesthetics, and it's not good aesthetics.
On his social media, he repeated his claim
What
Christians
was
in
he
the country
trying to
are being
name
targeted.
Greenland to? Or what was it, Iceland?
Yeah, it was Greenland. It was red, white, and blue land, something like that. Yep.
Oh god. Oh,
I'm gonna
that one
actually
is
Hmm?
that one is particularly bad
particularly
because the Gulf of America. Okay, it's stupid that he changed the name, but if that was the name the entire time, that's fine, right?
right. Gulf of the Americas
Red, white,
would make
and
more
blue
sense.
is ridiculous.
It's not even red, white, or blue. I guess it's not green either.
But the Nigerian government says armed groups are attacking both Christian and Muslim civilians. The foreign minister told Al Jazeera he's interested in action and not rhetoric.
It is a very serious matter for us and for our region. It's not about religion. It's not about who said what. It is about getting the results. So we're ready to work with others in fighting terrorism, in fighting
Terrorism.
We're gonna
that
fight
is-
terrorism with the greatest terrorist on the planet.
and the terrorism that they're fighting is oftentimes directly backed by the terrorists they're fighting with.
insecurity in Nigeria and in our region.
Nigeria has been dealing with violence from armed groups for many years. Boko Haram has a strong presence in the northeast, particularly Borno State. A
Oh, my bad.
intergroup, Islamic State West Africa Province, that's known to be affiliated with ISIL, also operates in the area. Although the US strikes took place in the northwest, in Sokoto State. The Nigerian government has previously said
Yeah.
it's combating a relatively new group in the northwest, known as the Lakurawa, that it says is responsible for several attacks. The military carried out an operation against it earlier this year, saying it was responsible for killing 15 people. For months, evangelical groups in the US, led by Trump ally Senator Ted Cruz, have been claiming Christians in Nigeria are being targeted. The Nigerian government denies this and describes the situation as complex. Armed groups driven by ideology and criminal gangs are also involved in violence and kidnappings, as well as conflict over scarce resources. Many people say all they want is peace, and the government to find a lasting solution to the violence. Amma Boateng, Al Jazeera, for Inside Story.
Let's bring in our
Do you think the government's actually like oblivious as to why armed rebel
No.
groups are being?
Nope.
I mean,
I feel like there's almost no such thing as an oblivious government
but like,
because there's so many people with so many different forms of access to information. There's no way they don't know anything about it.
yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. There's way too many people involved for there to not be any sort of like one person saying, "Hey, these ISIL groups tend to not be like how would we know when they don't?" Yeah, you're right.
Because generally speaking, too, we usually have this story before we paint a false story above it. You know,
Yeah, definitely.
because you kind of have to, so that there's no proof.
guests. Malik Samuel is a senior researcher at Good Governance Africa. He joins us from Abuja. Ebenezer Obadale is a senior fellow.
You can't obfuscate what you don't know necessarily. Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Africa Studies at the Council on Foreign Relations. He joins us from Washington, D.C. David Otto is Deputy Director of Counterterrorism Training at the International Academy for the Fight Against Terrorism. He joins us from Minneapolis.
I mean, but also there is just like the refusal to believe. You could hear certain narratives and think, "Oh, well, that's stupid." Right? You could do that.
Hmm.
Like
But that's stupid.
I mean, I mean, that's that doesn't make it unreasonable as a reason as to why a majority of the people
Hmm.
in power, especially since the people in power, um, like either would be like intentionally oblivious or just like propagandized to the point where like they're controlled like that, you know? Hmm.
Gentlemen, a warm welcome to you all. Malik, before we actually talk about the strikes, the Christmas Day strikes, let's clear a few things up first. Is there a campaign of Christian genocide in Nigeria, as some conservative lawmakers in the US have claimed? Do the armed
What do you think? Okay, let's say this is just like a bunch of like people who are like, yeah, no, our government isn't working for us, and we need to have an Islamic state in Nigeria, and that's the reason that they're doing the violence that they're doing, right? What would you say would be the solution to that? Because I think we would have the same solution.
I don't think there should be an Islamic state in Nigeria. Number one,
Well, yeah, no,
or a Christian state in Nigeria.
I agree.
In
That's
Nigeria.
what I'm saying is that's if that were to
Well,
be the opinion that ISIL or ISIS or whoever these rebel groups are in Nigeria actually has, what do you think is the solution to like quelling this violence or whatever?
well, it's not bombing them.
Yeah, clearly.
So peace talks, maybe. I feel like that's really the best way to do it.
I've got one. Ready?
What's your way?
Um Improve the material conditions in Nigeria by nationalizing the oil industries and refusing to
Oh
pay
yeah,
back the loans to the IMF um in so that um the the people behind the IMF recognize their debts to Nigeria from the stolen goods and resources and people.
yeah. Let's move past even the IMF, and then
Yeah.
let's start assessing, America's debt to Nigeria.
By
Uh,
the IMF I mean
the UK.
America.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We got to get the America. We got to get the UK, Belgium, Germany.
France.
We got to get you got to get Belgium twice.
Please, no, we cannot let Belgium.
Take them back.
Also, Belgium's also isn't Belgium poor now? Where are the spoils?
Oh no, it went straight to King Leopold III.
Ah. Um.
If you remember, I don't know if you were necessarily taught this exactly in history class, but
Yeah.
no, no, no. The Congo was not of Belgium. It was not a Belgian territory.
Mhm.
It was King Leopold territory.
Oh, interesting. So it was
That's
literally
how
just
evil
that
it was.
guy. Oh my god,
Like
kill that man.
imagine the Holocaust, right?
Mhm.
Except it's not Germany or the Nazi Party. It's just Hitler's group. He's calling directly the shots for everybody. He makes all of that happen, and it's unnecessary too.
Damn.
It's more unnecessary.
Damn. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I think King Leopold III was genuinely worse than him.
N- That's not a bad take to
Yeah,
have.
because
That is
there,
not ridiculous whatsoever. Hmm?
dude, he used to cut people's hands off if they weren't reaching the quotas, right?
Ugh.
And the
Yeah.
thing is, now how do you reach the quota when you're missing a hand?
They can't see past
And so they'll cut your
okay.
other arm, and you're definitely not going to meet your quota. Now you're missing 2 arms and a leg.
Hmm.
Now you can't walk.
How are you gonna make your quota then?
And now they just kill you. They just kill you in front of your family. They make sure
Awesome.
your kids watch.
And
Isn't
some
that love?
it is. Didn't Belgium also have control over Rwanda?
I am less sure about that.
Uh
See, because they don't teach much of this in school. They taught me
yeah.
about King Leopold, but that's
Yeah.
just because I was in African American history and African history classes. I was in the places. I
Right.
had to sign myself up for that,
That's not a default thing that we learn.
which is crazy. I think at least in areas of
Right.
high African American populations, we should learn that.
Right. Or even just in classes like world history. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't care
Neocolonialism
what
and
them little white
hmm?
kids is learning. I don't care what them little white kids is learning. But
Right.
I know my people need to be educated on our struggle,
Of
you
course.
know, because we still fighting it.
Big time, big time. Ru- Rwanda colonizer. Germany. Okay. And then by Belgium after World War One. According to the AI overviews, so let me just make sure that is confirmed. Um, Germany, ruled to Belgium. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Um, even given the like
Oh, my
the hmm?
King Leopold the second,
Mm,
not the third. There is no third.
there's no third. Oh, okay. Good. King
Excellent.
King Leopold the second. And I guess how long did he live?
Let's see here. Um, well, his reign was from 1885 to 1908,
1908. Okay. Um.
so that been 23 years of reign.
Okay. So that's not him. During the during the
Oh,
colonization of
he was
Rwanda.
he lived to 74 years old.
Oh, ew. Um. Okay. So yeah. The reason I brought up Rwanda was because given the Belgian realities within what would become DRC Congo, um and the relations in Rwanda as well, and the history of Rwanda, all of that both can fully be attributed to Belgium, not necessarily specifically just to King Leopold, um but it again, great man theory, even if it's like great evil man, like
And you know what's crazy
can't
about
be.
King Leopold?
Yeah.
You know what his nickname was in Belgium?
What?
Builder King, because of the great
Because
number of urban projects. Yeah,
mm,
they love him.
they still to this day.
I mean, I don't know. I don't live in Belgium.
Oh, fair.
That's what the Wikipedia article says.
Awesome. Awesome. Fuck that nigga. Kill that nigga. Again.
Dude,
Hmm?
it's crazy. Cause the region of the Congo he controlled, right?
Yeah.
85 times larger than Belgium.
Damn. And that wasn't even like the Belgian government necessarily holding it. What the fuck?
Like, what type of evil is that, bruh?
Right. And that
Oh
and
yeah,
again,
yeah,
like I
yeah.
was saying, that evil extended into just Belgium proper, began and facilitated the the Rwandan genocide in Belgium's rule within Rwanda, and the race relations stoking there, and that had a direct effect on the current humanitarian crisis and genocide, the again, I is that the second genocide in Congo, um, b- directly related to King Leopold and Belgium proper, just generally speaking, and the evils thereof. how does one's evil relate not only just to one genocide, which was like one of, if not the worst genocide in history, right? But then goes back and creates the second, I well, I don't want to say the second because I don't necessarily know if there were like more or less or whatever, right? Or if it's just one ongoing genocide. But it just continues and it grows and the current like greatest tragedy like on earth is currently still the Congolese genocide, the DRC
I mean,
genocide.
here's the thing. Here's the thing, because
Mm.
I treat it as a broader thing, right?
Yeah,
I treat the struggle of all African people as one struggle, right?
absolutely.
And I believe that has been, is, and probably, like, until the day we die, will be the greatest tragedy, the greatest, like,
Yeah,
issue in history.
yeah,
I
yeah.
I genuinely cannot conceive of a bigger issue.
Right. The the pillaging of Africa and of its peoples worldwide.
Not to tragedy scale, but like this is like 30 Holocausts at the very least.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Yeah. Even in even just in Kenya, with I don't even know if you could necessarily consider it a genocide, but there was the Mau Mau and everything were shoved into concentration camps. I think 20,000
I
something
feel I
or
feel
like younger.
anything with concentration camps is a genocide.
Yeah. And the British would regularly employ concentration camps. Um, and I know it's like particularly because of like my Mau Mau heritage. Actually, don't know if my
Oh
family
yeah,
were Mau
yeah,
Mau
yeah.
specifically.
Represent.
Represent. I hope my family were Mau Mau. I don't know either of my grandparents.
Dude, you can.
My
What do you mean
grandfathers.
you don't know them?
I know my grandmother. Who both of my
Are
grandmothers are
they
still
still with
alive.
us?
Yeah. But my grandmother on my mom's side doesn't wanna talk about it for I guess for understandable reasons, right? And I've never met that man. And the other one died before I was born, and we've just never had um like a conversation about either of them in my family. So I have no idea whether or not they were like actually like a part of the struggle. But if
To
I was
be
there, I
honest,
know I
I
would be.
do. I
Hmm?
have to ask my great grandfather um about, you know. Well, here's the thing, right?
Mhm.
I don't think my great grandfather has any role. I think he is genuinely, his role is as a counter revolutionary. And I
No.
don't want to ask because it's going to disappoint me.
No. I think you should ask anyway. Maybe he'll
Well, no,
surprise you.
because from what I know, right?
Mhm.
He
Yeah.
moved to Maryland because of a civil rights fight, right?
Mhm.
And joined the police force.
Okay, never mind. Oh my god.
And then the military.
Oh no.
You see why I don't want to ask.
Oh no. Yeah.
Any answer is
Okay.
disappointing.
Yeah. Cause even if he was a revolutionary, he ended up like fucking like lived and he ended up being the overseer either way. I guess you know all you need to know now. Damn.
Yeah, it's so disappointing.
Yeah. Maybe you should still ask. Maybe it's just good to know just in terms of being able to understand
I mean,
his perspective.
every time I even hear about it, right?
Yeah.
It kind of makes me look down on him. And I don't
Mm,
want to do that, for
yeah.
obvious reasons.
That's fam. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And generally I don't like looking down on people.
Right. Yeah.
Groups operating in Nigeria discriminate between Christians and Muslims or anyone of any other faith.
Adrian, thank you for having me. Well, I think this narrative or this talk of Christian genocide in Nigeria has long been disputed since the U.S., especially President Trump, started this campaign. there is nothing like Christian genocide or Christian persecution in Nigeria, but there are people
As
that
we know.
are targeted, of course, for being Christians, and this is where the Boko Haram faction, the Islamic State West Africa province, comes in, which operates primarily in the northeast. So ISWA targets communities in southern Borno, where you have large Christian communities. So ISWAP targets these communities specifically because they are Christians. And we also see the same thing in northern Adamawa State, where churches, Christian communities, and properties are also destroyed. And this is even evidenced in the claims of these attacks on different Islamic State-linked social media platforms, where these attacks are celebrated, and the victims called.
Wait, I have to make sure I got that right. Was the is the current genocide in Hong
I mean, I don't think you can consider it to be more than one. Also, you should probably turn AI off.
I tried, but it kept
Hold
coming
on, go to
back.
settings. Go to settings.
Settings. Nope.
AI features.
Where?
It's at the bottom. It's at the
AI
bottom.
features manage. Okay, off. Search assist. Never.
I put never.
Hide
And
AI
then I also
generated
turned hide
images.
AI generated because that
Yeah.
one's a real good setting, you know.
Nice.
And
Nice.
look, everything is beautiful now.
Yay! Tell everyone we're being massacred. I still wish it had like the little like info box from like at least like one website. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wish it did that too, but I'd rather it not be AI. So,
Yeah.
I deal with what I deal with.
Tell everyone we're being massacred. Look over the war crimes in the Democratic Republic of Congo, in eastern DRC, a vast swath of mountainous terrains. Allied for Islamic State linked armed groups, actually called the ADF, abducting, killing civilians while alarming frequency, abusing women, girls, and sexual slaves in North Kivu and Irutu provinces. The vast majority of these incidences rarely make news headlines. Democratic. Okay.
As far as I know, it's one continuous ongoing struggle.
Yeah. M23 attacks in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo have cost over 3,000 lives. M23 is supported by the Rwandan government and is tired of anti-Tutsi militias massacring Congolese Tutsis and driving them into Rwanda. Rwanda is tired of anti-Tutsi militias massacring Congolese Tutsis and driving them into Rwanda. Yeah. The DRC has endured constant warfare since 1996, resulting in 6 million deaths. The First and Second Congo Wars directly followed the 1994 Rwandan genocide against the Tutsis. The Congo Wars were the deadliest international wars since World War II. I guess this would be a third genocide. The same anti-Tutsi exclusionary ideology that drove the genocide in Rwanda persists. The Mai Mai, Lendu, Allied Democratic Forces, Ikoder, FDLR, and other anti-Tutsi militias have terrorized Bangomela, Hela, and other Congolese Tutsis, driving them into refugees and IDP camps. The eastern DRC is plagued by many armed militias vying for control over coltan, gold, rare earth, um, and used to produce cell phones. Much of coltan is from the DRC and exported through Rwanda. Yeah, Rwanda is the number one exporter of I don't know if it's necessarily coltan, but one of these minerals Rwanda is the number one exporter of and has absolutely zero mines for.
I mean, I know Congo is known for, well, they used to be known for their rubber, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now it's the what? The cobalt.
Yeah, cobalt.
And I think it's a lot of other rare minerals,
Yeah.
but cobalt's the main one right now.
Yeah. And
Or honestly, since it's such an ongoing thing and it's a common thing, let's just call it vibranium, bruh.
Basically.
Because that's they want this X factor from every African country, bruh.
Yeah. Damn. Damn.
They wanted to power their technology, and they want all the power, and
Hmm.
for the niggas to die, basically.
And in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as like you understand it, as I understand it, I mean, um, the ways that the people understand, um, Wakanda is kind of seeing it in a similar light to these,
Or at least how they understood it,
right,
And
understood
then
it,
and then they saw what kind of had a little something, and they immediately tried to take it.
right.
Like that is the first scene of the second movie.
Yeah,
Them trying to steal vibranium.
really, yeah. Luckily, unfortunately,
And it
we
was
don't have the
stealing
ability
in
to
an outreach.
undo
They
that.
were trying to steal from an outreach center.
Mhm.
Like that's why I can never be with white people, bruh.
Yeah.
Can never be with white people. It's
Kishansa.
like they call us thieves, bruh. They call us
Mm.
thieves when they take everything we could ever make.
The colonizer
They
has
they
the audacity to
they
call black
steal
people
culture. They
steal.
steal they
Mhm.
steal jobs. They steal the aid that's for us, bruh.
Yeah.
They steal all our minerals, they stole us.
The aid
They
that we
stole us.
the and then they try and like say like, "Oh my god, we're gonna give you aid," right? And then they give us money. Not us. They give rebel groups money, and then they go and buy weapons so that they can destabilize more, so they can come in and take our shit more.
Oh, and remember when Gaddafi offered to send money to black Americans and
Yeah.
Bush said no?
Guy, guy.
You can't
Bush said,
make this up.
"Nah, we're good."
Bro, the greatest thief on the planet. The greatest terrorist on the
Easily.
planet. The greatest
It's
murderer on the
Yakubian.
planet.
I saw a TikTok today. Something that's spiritually Israeli is also Yakubian.
Materially American.
Materially American, I agree. Um Yakubian was the word I'm looking for there. Despite the pressure to negotiate from Eastern Africa and Southern Africa, leaders at Crisis Summit on February 8th. Genuinely, I don't um I don't like being in a position of I don't want to ever necessarily be in a position of political power beyond like maybe like a local governance, right? Um,
Hmm.
but genuinely, where is the rest of the governance like in the surrounding countries? Like
Oh,
my
bro.
country isn't doing jack shit about this.
If they gave me any strong political platform, they're
Mm,
gonna have to kill me
yeah, yeah,
because I will become the greatest dictator known to humankind.
and and any sort of political platform, I probably would be killed genuinely, because there's way too
And the
much at
worst part
stake.
is too, right?
Yeah.
Nobody would have a good reason to kill me.
No. Nobody had a good reason to kill Sankara. The
Yeah,
reason Hmm?
if I had the power, I'd try and be Sankara, bro. I mean,
Right.
I probably try not to die more, because like
Just a little
it's
bit.
crazy though, because
Mhm.
they will be throwing shots at me every day.
I
It's
need to
just
I
a luck thing.
real. I need to learn I need to relearn Swahili, move back to Kenya, um and then like fucking run for president or some shit, bro. Or at least convince the Marxist party to actually do some shit there, bro. The Marxist Party of Kenya, the Communist Party of Kenya is alright. I prefer, um,
The worst part is though, right?
mhm,
If I was, um, if I became the president, right,
yeah,
that wouldn't be enough power for me because the
uh-oh,
president has control of things within the country, right?
mhm,
But I can't reshape the government.
Mm.
like I would need to.
Wait, there's two of
You know
them.
what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The president only has so much ability. Um, that's
They
why
need to make me king.
that's why it's like I don't like the concept of a king. I think it would be better if it was like the like a whole party became that reality.
I mean, they need to give me
Jawabin
all
dua siya.
power so I can give all power to the
Silas.
people.
So silasti.
But more accurately,
Jawabin ni so
I think all
silasti.
the people need to take the power.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely. Definitely.
But the thing is, how does that look like? What
Mm,
does that look like in the
mm,
contiguous United States? Because I feel
probably.
like it would look more like capturing state power and power over DC, but not necessarily like I'm gonna take over the country.
Right. I think it would look like it would just look like the Black Panthers. No,
I mean,
I need a copy of this. I need a copy of this
on a
now.
map scale.
Hmm? On a mass scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, $29 for a paperback?
I mean, it's being shipped out from Kenya.
Oh,
At
3 or
least I hope
5
so.
days for that ain't too bad though.
I know. Usually printed in 3 to 5 business days.
Oh, wait, they don't have it printed already?
Probably not.
That's weird.
Um.
You know what? Send me
Hmm?
the link. That's your Christmas present.
You do that for me. Oh,
I
thank
just said
you.
a Christmas present. Or more accurately, this is your
Mm.
Kwanzaa present.
Thanks, bro. I actually don't give a shit about Kwanzaa.
Me neither, but I like that we have it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Um. But yeah, back to Nigeria.
Crusaders. But that is when you talk about the Boko Haram conflict in the northeast as it relates to the Islamic State West Africa province. But when you talk about the conflict in general in Nigeria, you talk about what is happening in the middle belt or north central of Nigeria or in the northwest of Nigeria, where these strikes happened. There is clearly nothing of such as the persecution of Christian or the Christian genocide. So it is sad to see what is happening in Nigeria, the complex nature of insecurity in Nigeria being reduced, to a narration of a religion.
All right.
Is
He
that too
did not
fast?
write a single thing down before he said that.
What do you mean?
He stumbled and stuttered too much. That like write
Hmm?
it down, bro.
I mean, he got the things he needed to say out. He was like, "Yeah, no, the situation's complex. It's not just a Christian genocide."
You talk about what is happening in the middle belt or north central of Nigeria or in the northwest of Nigeria, where these strikes happened. There is clearly nothing of such as the persecution of Christian or the Christian genocide. So it is sad to see
So
what is
he
happening
says,
in
"Well,
Nigeria,
the
the complex
Christian or
nature
the
of
Christian or the Christian genocide."
The Christian, I do that too. That's not a bad like thing to have. I prefer authenticity. I prefer authenticity when it comes to my political commentary. I prefer to
I
have the
mean,
uhs and ums and the
it
hmm?
depends though, because like in a general statement, right?
Yeah.
You can have that, but if you're trying to make like a bar, you can't be saying like I have a dream, you know,
I have a dream.
like
I have an I
that
have
would not have worked.
an
They would have took a different statement from that.
right. I think some of the hardest bars come off the dome,
It's
generally.
like a brief moment of locked in, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. And then you
like
can stumble the rest of the way through your thought as long as you lock in just for that one moment that people are gonna
Malcolm
lock
eyes
in on.
started shimmering, and you just heard the ballad or the bullet, and you're like, ooh.
Dang. Damn. Chickens come home to roost.
Mm.
I know.
security in Nigeria being reduced, to a narration of a religion.
All right, let's bring in Ebenezer. As Malik was saying there, it is complex. Is it
Ebenezer.
possible to sum up
Yeah,
for us
the
what
British
is
thing, I
actually
think.
behind the
Lord.
violence in the north
Good
of the country,
Lord,
both in
brother's
the
name
northeast?
is Ebenezer.
Good God.
That's funny.
Where Boko Haram operates in the northwest, which is where the US struck. If it's not being driven by religion, what is it being driven by? What motivates the armed groups operating in that part of the country?
Capitalism.
Thank you for having me. This is where I depart from the mainstream narrative on this question and my views of the.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
See, huh?
That's such an unnecessary statement to make.
No. I think that's a good thing. That's. I got excited. I was like, oh my God, he's gonna actually speak against like the coonery, because the mainstream narrative is coonery basically in
You
Nigeria that
should
I'm
have just
seeing.
let the ball drop.
No. Hold on. He's spoken for like a half a second. Let's see. Ebenezer, senior fellow of African Studies, Council on Foreign Relations, specialist in civil society, religion and politics in Nigeria, author of The Nigerian Century. I'm
Maybe I am. Maybe I'm
maybe
not
you're speaking too
respecting him
soon.
enough.
On this are very clear, and I've expressed them via different kinds of media and in writing.
Mm.
The problem in Nigeria is actually not very complicated. The problem in Nigeria has to do with religion, but not in the way it is generally framed. So here is a way to think about it. It is true that Boko Haram kills indiscriminately. It burns churches as well as mosques. It destroys bridges. It destroys hospitals. It destroys government establishments. It's wild and indiscriminate in its violence, which raises a question. Why? Why kill Muslims and Christians at the same time? Oh, by the way, why kill people who express no religious affiliation whatsoever? The reason is very simple. Religion. Boko Haram, and not just Boko Haram, Lakurawa, ISWAP, Al-Shabaab, ISIS, Jenem, Al-Qaeda, and its many affiliates, all of them are united under one sign. They want to abolish the modern state as we have it, and the Nigerian state as an icon of that is very clear in their minds, and they want to substitute it with an Islamist theocracy. The agenda itself is theological, and this is.
Never mind. I mean, he's not necessarily wrong in his analysis, but he's like it the Islamic like aspect of it is it's more of a galvanizing force rather than like the reason itself. The reason itself is like unrest in that people don't like the Nigerian government necessarily. Like every Nigerian I've spoken to hates their government. Like
To be
beyond
fair,
like
can you name a single person on this planet Earth that goes, "Oh yeah, I love my government"?
True. But yeah, no, the Nigerian government is not doing anything for its people, and in so that there are going to be insurgencies, there are going to be like radical insurgencies, and the people who are going to garner the most support are probably going to be the people using religious affiliations to be able to say that they're like doing something good or whatever, right? Um, in that he's right, but he thinks that it seems like he thinks that Islam is just evil and not that the government is failing its people and people are turning in that way. And well, at least some people are turning in that way, and some of these groups are being funded by Western powers to continue destabilizations.
So he's not going against popular, sentiments.
I guess not. I guess not.
What makes groups like Boko Haram completely different from other groups that perpetrate violence in Nigeria. My colleague is right. There's banditry in Nigeria. There's kidnapping in Nigeria. All of these are downstream effects of the operations of violent Islamists in the northern part of the country. The agenda is broadly, fundamentally essentialist, essentially religious in its origins, and we should not shy away from it. It is true. Let me repeat. Christians are being killed. It is true. Muslims are being killed. The question is, why are they being killed? They are being killed for a religious reason. For me, that's the most important part of this.
All right. David, why has Nigeria, the state, failed to get a grip on what's happening in the north of the country? Why is the situation so difficult for the government to resolve?
I think there are several reasons to that. First of all, the main reason has been that
he's in mini Somalia.
The Nigerian authorities have not
been able to.
Yeah, no. No, he's in mini Somalia, Minneapolis, mini Somalia. What are you talking about? Mm-hmm.
Would you ever like live in Minnesota? Because I feel like the heavy Somalian presence in Minnesota has become an attractive feature. You know, I would like to be there.
By the numbers,
Well,
there's an
because their numbers are
estimated,
growing.
yeah, it's really not that much. It's like a 2% of the entire state. Most of it's white. That's why the joke works, because Minnesota is so fucking white.
Mm-hmm.
The joke only works
Like,
because there's like almost none of them there.
I
Hmm?
mean, to be fair, is there anywhere in the United States where there's a high, like specifically Somalian population?
True, true. That
I
you're
can't
right. You're
name
right.
a place.
Let's look. World population review. Somali population. Yeah, no. The highest Somali population, the smallest concentration is Minnesota.
Minnesota.
But
Good
it's
lord, it looks like there's so many in Minnesota.
I know. But that's just because there's like no one else anywhere. Not no one else. I know Minnesota Somalians, Minnesotans. I,
There's no way there's zero.
zero 0% in, well, maybe they just aren't like being counted in the census.
Well, no, not in the percent, in the population. There's no way there's
Population.
zero.
There's just no data there, I guess.
Maybe in Hawaii.
Hawaii, maybe, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
There's one guy in Mississippi.
Where's his family?
He's just kind of there. He's just floating. 10 people in West Virginia. Okay. Yay.
Like, to be, I would believe like 7 or 8 people more than one.
What? Zero. That's more surprising than zero.
Yeah.
They just have one guy's report.
Did he come there because there were no Somalians, or was that just
Maybe.
a is that just a happy little accident?
I guess it's a happy accident. World population review. Let's go back to the United States. Can we look at more ethnicities there, more African ethnicities?
What state has the highest black population?
Probably Atlanta.
Like, because I know what city, it's
Right.
Atlanta,
Yeah.
but what state? Because it might
Probably
be
Georgia.
Georgia,
Yeah. I'm assuming.
but could also be like California, Texas,
Yeah.
Alabama, Louisiana.
As black population by state, Texas. Texas. That's just because Texas is fucking massive. Are you
Wait,
talking about
how is?
concentration or just like
Oh
amount
yeah,
of people?
concentration, Georgia.
Oh, yeah. Then it's gonna be
Georgia.
Georgia followed by Maryland, actually.
MD.
Yes.
That's what I like to hear.
Represent. That's probably all Baltimore.
Baltimore, Bodymore.
Baltimore. Damn. Okay, never mind. It's Mississippi.
All right.
40%.
I mean, that makes
Jesus.
sense. That makes sense because it's down
Yeah.
south.
Yeah.
Wait,
Louisiana.
keep going down. There might be some more.
44% in
44.
DC.
Oh, that's DC. That don't count. That don't count. DC is
Yeah.
so small that it doesn't count. I feel
Right.
like.
Yeah.
Also, it's not a state.
And then 1%. Wyoming. What are y'all doing in
I
Wyoming?
completely buy it.
Why are they there? There it is.
These are. I'm not gonna lie. Those are probably coons.
Yeah, you're right. 1%. The least by percentage is Idaho. And the most by percentage is DC. Then Mississippi, Louisiana, Georgia, and Maryland are the top 5. Alabama, if you don't count DC.
We have to be barring DC. I feel like.
Okay, then it's Mississippi, Louisiana, Georgia,
not only
Maryland,
is it
Alabama.
Not only is it not a state, but it's also so small, and it's exclusively a metropolitan area.
Right. Yeah. If you're in a city, generally speaking, there are gonna be a lot more like black folk.
But as you can obviously tell,
I was
It's
expecting higher populations
Negroes is
for
still a southern thing.
yeah. I was expecting a higher population in New York. Especially as compared to
I mean, maybe if you go back to like the 80s and 90s, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Even the early 2000s, but gentrification and what's it, inflation has been so ridiculous towards specifically black residents. Like,
Mm.
think about it, right? We
Yeah.
getting pushed out of Harlem, we getting pushed out of Brooklyn, the
Mm.
Bronx.
Yeah.
Bro, where are we supposed to go except
Right.
outside of New York?
Why'd you say New York like that? You said it like you're a native.
Hey. I come from New York natives.
Oh, okay, yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. Um,
Yeah, that's why if you ever come by my house, there's gonna be a bunch of buffalo stuff.
mm, Tennessee. Where's California? Um,
California's too white, bro. Chill,
really?
dude.
It's what?
Like,
Six
I mean,
percent in California?
think about it, right? Think
It's
about it.
just it's just a massive
Where the niggas
population, I
at in
guess.
California? We in L.A.,
Mm,
specifically like Hollywood
right.
and Compton and
Yeah.
Oakland.
But it's like it's such a dynamic between like
Name
West
three
Coast and East
niggas from
Coast.
San Francisco. Name one.
It's such a like conversation between the two. Kind of like the East Coast West Coast kind of thing is like my perspective as an African. Like, but even then, right? If we look just like
Well,
by
here's
population,
the thing,
California's still
right?
like up there. Yeah.
East Coast, West Coast is a 80s and 90s thing.
Mhm.
We don't do that no more.
That's true. That's true.
What it really is the North versus the South.
Where does California lie on that line?
Um, California ain't really nothing on. California's still West Coast, right?
Right.
So like it's East and West, and then North and South. And
Dog.
so wherever you're from in California depends
Mm.
on if you're East or West, or not, or East or West.
What are
If you're
we?
North or South.
What are we?
What are we?
Yeah, are we South?
No, we're North.
Dog,
Well, it
how?
depends. It really depends.
Okay.
It depends on what day of the week it is, how you feel when
Yeah.
you wake up, bruh.
Fair.
Cause think about it, right?
Mm.
This is technically, this is like half and half.
Yeah. Maryland is literally right on the line. Was one of the border states for the
Like if
Confederacy
you
and
in
that.
Virginia, you in the South.
Yeah.
If you in Pennsylvania, you definitely in the North.
Mhm.
But if you in Maryland, no.
No. Well.
Really,
Well.
because here's the thing too, right?
Bada my
To
nigga, you
to
like how I talk. You too.
to New York niggas, we is the
Mm.
South, right?
Yeah.
But if you go down to Mississippi, we definitely North.
Right, right.
It's all relative.
It really is.
And
It's
to
just your
us, we
frame of
just
reference.
Maryland.
We is who we is. Um, Back to Nigeria.
Understand the
This is the Deputy Director of Counterterrorism Training, International Academy for Fighting Against Terrorism. Um, when I
Wait,
hear,
so
hmm?
if he's against terrorism, right?
Hmm.
Why hasn't he killed Donald Trump?
Bars, counterterrorism consultant, West Africa security specialist. I'm I'm weary of those titles simply because when I hear the word terrorism, I don't think of people who like actively wish to do harm. I think of the scapegoating of any of these harms from the perspective of blowback. Um and saying, "Oh no, look, Al Qaeda is so like evil and wrong and stupid and they have no morals and never had any sort of intention as to why they wanted to do the things that they did. 9/11 had no reason behind it. It was just a senseless act of violence, right? Which is just
Do you think
objectively
the
wrong."
U.S. deserved 9/11?
Hmm?
Would you agree with the Hassan point that the U.S. deserved 9/11?
Dog, I'm alive. I'm not trying to get banned. I would say that the people um who had like acted upon in relation had ample reason to commit the actions that they did, moral or immoral. It is understandable as to the thought process behind doing dishing out a fraction of the violence that America dishes out to the rest of the world. Whether or not innocent people are caught in the crossfire is a conversation that is necessary to have. Um,
Mm. Uh,
but the
to be
intention
fair,
is
to
not
be fair,
is another part of the
the,
conversation that needs to be had as well. Hmm?
they ain't got nothing on the U.S.'s body count.
Right, right. If we're talking about terrorism, right? If we're talking like nobody's like
Oh yeah,
if
that
someone were to
terrorism was
say
good.
that Israel
Good
deserved
terrorism.
October 11th, October 7th, most people wouldn't bat an eye, right? I'm not necessarily gonna say that simply because I don't want to like get deplatformed before I start a platform or whatever, right? But I don't think anyone necessarily is gonna be like, "Oh my God, you're evil and violent," because you say that Israel deserved October 7th. If you did,
Another thing is, I feel like we have to separate violence from evil.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
by which these
Because the
groups.
Panthers were violent, right? Mahu
yeah,
was violent. You could even say to a degree Martin was violent.
yeah.
But you can't say they were evil because that's
Right.
just stupid.
And the violence that they like committed and dished out was more of just like a taking back of agency generally from the like lack of agency that was held in terms of the narrative around Black America, especially at the time, right? The fucking
And they weren't called the Black Panther Party for self-defense for nothing.
right, right. The or even what was the one the march through that one city where like
March
there
of
was such a
Washington?
huh? No, no, no. They had a demonstration through a really racist city and there was so much violence that occurred that showed necessarily the to like most of white America
You talking
that
about Birmingham?
not Birmingham. Where what was it? Was it shit Bill rights um key events? Brown v. Board, Emmett Till, Montgomery, Little Rock, Greensboro, Freedom System, Washington, Civil Rights Act, Freedom
It
Summer,
sucks that there's so many.
Salemata, Montgomery. There it is. An organized to advocate for voting rights and purpose, and oppose voter registration racism. The marches became globally notorious after the Bloody Sunday, in which peaceful protest demonstrators were violently attacked by Alabama state troopers. The televised brutality expedited the passage of the Voting Rights Act. Um, yeah, no. Even the violence that was like exported and was shown and was dished out like from these black folk was incredibly like you said, Black Panther Party for self defense. And then it was a fraction of the total violence that was being exercised upon the demonstrators.
Yeah.
Even if you were to say even if we do separate violence from um like evil as a concept, you have to remember that violence is a tool for dismantling, um and the tool for dismantling is most often used by the person who doesn't want someone else to be building up good. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Like the way I would see it, right? Violence is usually an extreme tool, right?
Absolutely.
So it can be extremely bad or extremely good, but either way, it's an extreme tool of deconstruction.
Absolutely. Bar. Bar.
And we got to realize we
Mm.
have the whole tool belt,
Yeah,
right? We have to create and destroy because,
definitely.
to be honest, there are three things we can do as humans. We
Yeah.
can create, destroy, and transform. And the generative power of creation, we have to use that for our people.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
The transformation is a difficult endeavor because because of inertia, right? Objects in motion, people in
Mm-hmm.
motion, ideas in motion will choose to
Social
stay in
inertia
motion.
is crazy.
Right, right. And so transformation is a very difficult like path to take in that regard. Um
You can't stop a
Therefore,
train, but you can blow it up.
yeah. And then you can make a new train built on those tracks for it.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to have the train first. You got to have the train already coming first before you get rid of the other one.
Yeah, you gotta think of what a train is before you even start building. You know what I mean?
For sure, for
And
sure.
see, that's kind of part of our job now. You know,
Definitely. I
it's
agree.
to think.
Do operate, and that complexity is
Thought we were talking about this earlier. Sankarism, as in
Pan
Pan-African
African
socialism.
socialism.
Yes, bro. Um what are the characteristics I'll tell you what I think the characteristics of Pan-African socialism need to be to it in order to liberate Africa. Um One, obviously anti-imperialism. Duh, right? Um
Mm-hmm.
Self-sufficiency, like Sankara would say, right? I think
Mm-hmm.
nationalization of industries should be one of the pillars to be able to get to self-sufficiency. Um
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
I
kind
feel
of
like
one of the
not.
only ways you can
I
do
think
that.
everything has to be nationalized, right?
Mhm.
Your mom and
Uh,
pop shop should be nationalized.
Whoa. I don't necessarily know if that's like
And I don't mean as in, oh yeah, the government should control your family restaurant.
right or your family farm.
What I mean is you should be obviously subject to all the what's it called? Damn, I'm forgetting the word. The regulations,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And not only that, but like just because it's your family restaurant, right?
Right.
Your money should still go through the
Mm.
government. You know what I mean?
I think in terms of like most land, let's say Kenya's tea industry, for example, right? If we
Mm-hmm.
take I'm gonna turn the music back on because I might talk for a little bit. Um, if we take Kenya's tea industry, right, and we were to
Mm-hmm.
nationalize the entirety of the tea industry, that would also include nationalizing a lot of like individual farms, a lot of like personal farms, as in my family in Kenya has um like relationships in terms of their finances due to their position as tea farmers, right? If you were to nationalize
Mm-hmm.
all of those industries, and I think the ideal situation would be to put the um the nationalization of those industries in back into the hands of the people via creating like a commons, creating a commons in terms of like this is just like public land for that the government owns, and you can use it to perpetuate and to grow your own farms, and we'll give you certain benefits, and we'll give you public tools to be able to do that, right? In order to
Mm-hmm.
perpetuate growth
I think
within
I
the
think it's
economy.
because like everything should go through the government, right? Because the government should, in theory, be the will of the people.
Ideally, yeah. um
Yeah, and so in this society we're describing here, everything should be subject to the will of the people.
yeah, yeah, yeah. This would be a decision that would be like given to like the Kenyan people in terms of trying to see if that would be a beneficial reality for each individual, right? And for each farm.
Mm-hmm.
But for like the big like tea exportations and all that, and the realities of the tea industries, that on the industrial scale, I think that should be nationalized and managed
Absolutely.
by the government.
Absolutely. Not only that, but planned.
Planned,
Planned
definitely, yeah.
economy. Let me tell you.
I think when it comes to like the farmers themselves, you can create like a commons for that. Um and then you would sell to the government or whatever. But then the industry themselves would be like a an arm of the government
Hmm. And
to
the
be
thing
able.
is,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
I feel like why would anybody hate a planned economy? That's just an economy with a plan.
Right.
Generally speaking. Like everybody knows having a plan is better than not having a plan.
All right.
And
So
so like
we see this forecasting. We see that like certain people don't have these things and certain people are going to have these things less because of these certain events. Let's help those people and make sure that they have the things that they need for the certain things that they are going to do. We see that the freaking the population is growing. We got to build more houses to accommodate those people even if they're not going to live in them for 20 years because the population that's growing is like a bunch of babies or and just
dude,
things like that.
we have a planned socialist economy, right?
Yeah.
Already. But it's just not for the people.
Yeah. Socialism for the rich, capitalism for the poor. We
Hmm.
plan
It's planned top
beneficiaries.
to bottom.
Yeah. We plan beneficiality for the people at the top. And we leave the bottom to the free market, and the market will do all of the things and it will solve itself.
It's crazy because like here's the thing. I never trust anybody who makes rules that they don't live by.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if
Ideally.
you can't live by your rules, what makes you think I can?
All right, let's get back to Nigeria.
To do with the discussions that the previous speakers have talked about, and which is the
Wait, I think I asked you a question and I didn't let you answer.
What was the question?
Um, what are the specific characteristics of um Pan African socialism that you would like to see?
All right. Number one is unity of all African peoples.
Of course,
I mean, you got to get that Pan African in there.
obviously, yeah.
Um, number two, I don't know what to call it necessarily, but like some type of hybrid state confederation type thing or
Mm,
federation type thing
yeah.
of all African peoples groups. You know,
Mm,
I'm not
like,
saying we got to like take control of anything either, but like Baltimore, right?
mm,
Or Atlanta with their high black populations, they should communicate as small black nations.
like city
You know what I
states,
mean? You said what?
like city states.
I mean a little because here's the thing, right?
Mm,
You got a place with so many black people. In fact,
right.
Atlanta, at least up until like this year, was 60% black, I think.
Mm, yeah.
And so it's like that's a that's a black city. In
Right.
fact, it was called the Black City.
Yeah. And
And
so,
it's like should that place not be allowed to communicate as a black city?
yeah. Um, I don't necessarily even think that the American like state apparatus as it currently exists will continue to exist into like a couple like decades into the future. And in
Mm-hmm.
that, like these places will continue to exist obviously. So, like talking to them is going to be a lot easier when you don't have to worry about the federal government of the world capitalist like organization or whatever trying to step in your way and block you off. I just don't know about the logistics of that in the modern day.
Yeah.
Ideally, yeah, I agree. Anything else?
Um, as far as values go,
Yeah.
right? one value should be moral enlightenment,
Hmm.
as in just doing the best and
Hmm.
thinking the best, being the best you can be.
What about
Another
policies
value,
more than values?
I mean, here's the thing, right?
Mm,
Politics is really just like the rules around what how humans move,
mm.
and it controls everything. So like I want, to have a structured system of everything. You know what I
A
mean?
structured system of like morality in that.
Well, a structured system of everything. You know what I mean?
A structured system of morality would include like a written like legal constitution for the African Union.
Oh, I mean, I'm not gonna write that because I'm not fluent in legalese.
Yeah.
But yeah, there would be, a constitution,
Right. But like,
I
are we
guess.
gonna like create like a system of laws and a law enforcement agency for that? Or is it just like a list of principles?
As in, are we going to do that? Like me and you?
No, as in like ideally, within an African Union, do you see that as a good thing?
Constitutions, yeah, I don't think law enforcement would be a good thing though.
Yeah.
As in armed law enforcement.
Yeah.
Any
That.
type of
Mhm.
any type of like violent enforcement is unnecessary for laws in that type of society, I feel.
Yeah. Okay. So generally, I agree. Especially coming from an anarchist perspective, I was a little bit weary specifically on the like
Oh, coming
having an
from a black
organized.
perspective, I
Mm,
don't want a single cop in a community.
like yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know that. You know that.
And also, um, having like an organized system of laws, generally speaking, kind of necessitates the enforcement of that rigid organization rather than
I mean,
a
no,
natural
no, no.
flow.
I want like a structured fluidity, you
Mm,
know?
yeah, and
Something that
adaptability.
exists as it is, but can be changed. You know
Mhm,
what I mean?
absolutely. Yeah, I think America could benefit from that too.
Oh, everybody could benefit from it.
Mhm.
I'm just that good, bro.
All right. Anything else before we move back on to
Um, Financial sharing,
yeah,
as in throughout the entire thing.
an African currency?
Yes. Yeah.
Mm. Let's
Also,
call it the.
a
Mhm.
complete divorce from Eurocentricity.
Yeah. What might a currency be called?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how currencies are usually named, bruh. The
I
Afro
mean,
dollar?
the Afro dollar. The the euro is named like euro. It could be named the
What we
Afro,
call it, the Afro?
I guess.
No, because there's already too many. Like
There are
the
already too many Afro named
hairstyle.
things. Yeah.
Like, we don't know yet.
AU currency.
And to be fair, it would probably also be named after something in at least a African language.
Mm.
So, you know, I don't speak any at the moment, unfortunately.
Yet.
Yeah,
Yeah. If you were to like live in Africa for even like a year, in where would you learn? Would you live?
depend.
Hmm?
Where would I live? Um, I don't want to live in South Africa. I feel like,
Mm-hmm.
or not South Africa. I don't want to live in North Africa, man,
Mm-hmm.
because them niggas ain't even black. Well, some of them are. A lot of them are, but some of them niggas, nah. Like you can't catch me in Morocco.
Right.
Um, Am
Um,
I chilling like no wait? I don't because I want some type of stability, right?
yeah.
So what do you think are the most like politically stable countries in Africa,
Um, politically stable.
or I can get like something near the same quality of living I'm getting here?
In all honesty, um, probably Kenya. Um, Kenya, South Africa, Tanzania, maybe. Um,
Is it good
Nigeria,
in Ghana?
probably as well.
Oh, Nigeria. All right.
Hmm.
How's Ghana?
Ghana's fine. Ghana's good.
Mm,
But they're a little poorer. If you're
ooh.
gonna go to Ghana, you could also go to Uganda, Somalia, like
What are the richest ones now?
mm,
Like by money,
by
by
money.
monies.
Kenya,
Uh,
Nigeria, if
and
I'm
not like
remembering correctly.
well not like by GDP, by
Mm,
like household income or something like that.
right.
You know, by money people can actually have.
Um, Standard of living by country. Quality of life index by country. There it is.
All right, let's see here.
Um,
What?
s-
Whoa, hold on, whoa, go back up.
mm,
So what they're telling me is basically almost the entire continent isn't recorded.
I guess so. Um, yeah. So here, South Africa, Tunisia, Morocco, Kenya, Egypt, and Nigeria are the top ones. So
That
yeah,
doesn't
you're
count. They didn't do most of the country.
yeah. Um, yeah, you're
Or
right. You're
not
right.
country.
Most of the
Not country.
most of the continent is like completely
In
lacking in
fact,
data.
hold on. Try do index by country, not just in Africa. The whole thing, because it doesn't look like they have much.
Um, no. No, it looks like they
Yeah,
have
they're missing most of the. Well, they're missing almost all of Africa.
yeah, almost all of Africa, a little bit of the Middle East. Nothing on
The
that's Tibet.
Caribbean.
Yeah, no, nothing here.
So
No
like
data.
anywhere I want to live.
Yeah. Yeah, you might be good.
Uh,
Um,
let's try a different source, please.
okay. Should Business Daily News?
It's probably gonna be the same countries,
Right. Um,
but let's try. Let's try it.
right.
Yeah, wait, Business Insiders. I guess we'll look.
We I wasn't on Business Insider, I was Business Day News, but even that's like let's do World Data Info, worlddata.info. Um, by country slash
That's not
region.
African.
Um, quality of life, political and economic stability. Um,
Because I feel like the climate.
which of
I'm
these
good with the
are
climate.
climate? So you can,
I'm good with the climate. It does not matter.
all right.
Uh,
Popularity,
does not matter.
health services.
That matters. That matters a lot.
Okay. Legal system and civil rights.
That matters a lot. Wait. Civil rights matters, but not legal systems necessarily.
Okay.
I guess
Safety
something like that. Yeah. Safety is important.
here.
Yeah,
And political and economic stability is the main thing you're looking for.
and cost and income. I don't want to be broke.
Okay. Recalculate. Um, what you're look
Macau.
Macau, Hong Kong, Sweden. Ew. Fuck them. No. The first Burundi is the first African country.
I don't know.
Actually,
Where that
no, not
country?
even. That's
That
not
is
Africa.
not African, pal. I can assure
Oh,
you.
I I got it confused with Burundi. I was like, wow, Burundi is really high. Um, then the
Right, the
first
first
African
African. Kuwait is
Kuwait
not
is not
African.
African. Jinx, Oman is not
There we go. We
African.
got one.
Where? What are you saying?
Uh, Maurice Mauritius.
Where?
42.
Mauritius?
Oh, that's how it's pronounced.
Yeah, it's not even. I guess not even Africa.
It's African. It's East African. It's
It's
like
it's off the coast. Yeah.
off the coast of fucking Madagascar, bruh. I'm gonna go
Population.
see some penguins there, I guess.
It's a small country. Political stability has rule of law, effectiveness, mm, democratic
I
value,
mean, I
democratic
wouldn't I
values.
wouldn't be the least happy there, you
Mhm.
know?
Right, but is that necessarily what you were looking for?
No.
All right, let me move out of that. Okay. Malaysia, Barbados, Montenegro, Seychelles,
Seychelles. That's
Seychelles?
not African, I don't think.
No, no. Why is China so low? The United States and China are right next to each other. That's crazy. Paraguay. Damn. Botswana.
Hey, I mean, Botswana doesn't sound too bad. I don't like their flag, but like, it's not terrible.
Landlocked country within the area of Central Africa. Um, it's, approximately 84% of the area of Texas. Second largest country in Africa in terms of area. What?
I mean, oh wait,
22nd.
to be fair, I might just go with Burkina Faso.
Yeah. You mean
Yeah,
the AES?
yeah, but like specifically Burkina Faso.
Bet. Um, you would have to learn French.
No, I'm pretty sure they kicked French as their main language,
Yeah. Well, you
but
would have to.
everybody still speaks French.
Yeah, most people still speak French. In addition to either you're learning French or an indigenous language. Not a lot of the English speaking
Probably
rate
try and
isn't as
learn an
high.
indigenous language rather than French.
Right.
Huh.
Blah. African French isn't the worst thing in the world. I don't hate African French. I want to learn French
Sure.
and I want to learn African French. With Botswana, there's 2% English speakers, so you would have to learn Swana.
Every now and then I'd meet somebody who speaks English. But yeah, Swana is probably what I learn.
Um, but why are you so
I mean,
ew?
you could also see me in Cuba.
Right. Why are you so against Kenya coming in to live with me, bro?
I'm not against Kenya, right?
Yeah.
I just don't want to pick like, oh yeah, the African main characters, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Because that's so like, oh yeah, if I were to go to Africa, I wouldn't want to live in Nigeria. Like, boring.
What? Okay. Um.
I'm
Well.
surprised it's not lower.
Right. Or they. I
You
guess they're
know,
talking about both. Gaza and the West Bank. Even then, there's no way Kenya lower than Gaza in both the West Bank.
oh buddy, you wanted me to come to the slums of Kenya?
Dog. That doesn't make sense. That's not real.
Buddy, I don't want to be in the slums of Kenya, bro. The gutter.
I gotta build a
Yo,
house in Kenya.
you said what?
I want to build a house in Kenya. I gotta. Apparently, it's not even that expensive. My parents did it. Um, yeah. What was I with the currency name?
Hmm.
I was still shilling is a British term, right? I know that's what
I
the
believe
Ken
it sounds British.
yeah. That's what the Kenyan currency is called. Yeah. A coin used in
What
the
sounds more
United Kingdom.
British to you, shilling or pound sterling?
Pound sterling.
Pound sterling sounds like a. It sounds like J.K. Rowling tried to make a new name for a British character.
It sounds like a British pastry.
Shoot, I would eat a pound sterling. Like,
Right.
here's
That
the
sounds
thing,
nice.
right? With British food,
Yeah.
I don't trust them to make me like a sandwich or anything.
Right.
But if they said, "Oh, here's a nice British dessert," I'd be like, "All right, I'll bite." You know, that don't sound too bad.
Was it? Some of these probably look stolen though. Like this doesn't look like it was. A lot of these recipes
Um,
look borrowed, but these do look good. Like these look good.
yeah, they don't look the best.
Huh?
They don't look the best.
The
I would say.
best.
I guess.
This one looks
I
fine.
don't know.
That one looks fine. This one looks all right. The rest are kind of mid. Oh wow. This looks British. This is British right here. Oh my god. Yo.
Absolutely.
Oh my god. Why are they This is some of the oddest food. This is great British Bake Off's food right here. Peak shit, I guess. That's as good as the Brits get,
Just dimension. What
as opposed to. I bet the images here aren't even gonna look that good though. I'm not gonna hold you. Ooh, I lied. Oh my god. Ugali and spinach. There's rice. This one is madazi. This looks it gives a very homely feel. I bet you would eat that fish.
Um, it kind of looks a little bit like red snapper.
Mmm. Well, at least even Kenyans know how to make their food look appetizing.
Why did you say even Kenyans?
Hmm?
You said even Kenyans.
No, I mean like we're poor is what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought you meant like, oh, even the lowest of the low.
Oh no, no.
It's
I
like,
mean
good
like
lord.
England has like
Is
all
this
the cameras and things. England has like so much money in terms of like this like trying to like push its like food culture or whatever out, right? Kenya
Mhm.
is doing that, I guess. Like when you look at like Kenyan food, right? They only show like the greatest pictures, whereas Brits don't necessarily even care. They're just like, yeah, we eat beans on toast, and it's nasty and it looks disgusting. Oh well.
Dude, I was wrong.
Hmm?
Seychelles is actually technically it's African.
Mm. Seychelles? Is it Seychelles?
Seashells?
It looks like it's pronounced Seychelles.
Hold on, let me.
Off the eastern coast of Africa. Yeah, it's an island there. Oh my god! That doesn't look
It's
real.
beautiful.
What?
Oh
I
yeah,
need
it
to be
is
there
Seychelles.
now.
It's Seychelles.
Seychelles. Okay. What? Why is it so pretty?
Good. It's it's
It's
absolutely gorgeous.
I think I'm gonna cry.
And it's 94%.
Uh what's the like majority what's the language?
Uh official languages is Seychellois Creole
Mhm.
and English and French.
We're vacationing there.
Genuinely, what? Oh, wait.
Mm.
Okay, hold on. It does have its independence, though. Okay, I just had to make sure. I had to make sure.
Hell yeah. Oh my god. No, that's on the bucket list now.
I have to make very clear here from my experience with
Please.
groups like Boko Haram and
It's
ISWAP.
beautiful.
It's so good.
Wait.
Look around.
It has developed from a largely agricultural society to a market-based, diversified economy characterized by service, public sector, and tourism activities. Okay, so they like tourism.
Bet. Okay, bet. But I think they should probably not try and rely on tourism like kind of like Hawaii, because after a certain point it will get very, very annoying for locals.
Yeah, I agree. Hold on. I'm looking at the current president.
All right.
Okay. Political career.
I'm gonna let the video play while you do that. You can mute the stream if it's.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh, whoa.
What happened?
In the president's speech, right?
Yeah.
I want you to hear this thing.
Okay.
Just as Dr. Martin Luther King stood decades ago,
Yeah.
tonight I too stand atop a mountain and I have a dream.
Oh my god, I'm nutting.
Good Lord.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Wow.
Brother, you got me.
It's so good.
I'm on my way.
Damn.
Save me a seat.
I'm definitely gonna be looking more into just like the history thereof and trying to understand, because that might actually be, like one of the like most underrated countries in Africa, or African countries, I should say.
And it is a member of the African Union, which at least it at least presumably means that they want unity in Africa. I think.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Who are African Union members?
All the states in African Union?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
Member states.
55 member states represents.
Oh, what? Why? What? Okay, so there's it's basically every country in Africa, right?
Basically, okay.
Basically every country in Africa, but there are suspended members.
Who's
Burkina
suspended?
Faso is suspended.
Oh.
Guinea is suspended. Guinea-Bissau is suspended. Sudan is suspended. Niger and Madagascar and Mali are suspended.
Fuck. Damn. This AU is like Western backed and shit. Fuck that.
Yeah, and the observers are Haiti, Kazakhstan, Latvia, Mexico, Palestine, Serbia, Turkey, Ukraine, the UAE, and Israel. But Israel has been suspended since February 2023.
Oh, goat. Oh, okay.
Not goaded yet.
I guess there's just like a liberal democracy or whatever. Huh.
All right, hold on.
Representative.
So in 2017, Donald Trump issued an executive order to ban citizens from 7 countries with suspected links for territories. There are three of these are African countries. So they have criticized Trump.
Okay.
A little bit. But they're chummy with Biden.
Okay. What's their opinion on China?
News. You said what?
What's their opinion on China?
What's their opinion on China?
Yeah.
Africa-China relations. One of the
What?
leading economic partners of the continent has been the People's Republic of China. The Forum on China-African
What the wait.
Cooperations is the main multilateral coordination
Wait,
mechanism
wait, wait,
between
wait, wait, wait,
African
wait.
countries and
President
China.
William Ruto, PhD, president of the Republic of Kenya and the African Union Championship and Institutional Reform, is appointed. What the fuck? Why is Ruto the head? Kill this
Bro,
man. Well, no, not like literally, but like, oh my God, stop this man from doing anything. Ah, I hate that guy. Ruto's my president.
okay.
Sorry.
China has received African students since 1958 as part of
Okay.
its Mao era foreign policy of
Okay.
Afro-Asian solidarity, though. Um, oh yeah,
Not
that's
opposed.
not terrible though.
Right.
And in 2018 they increased their scholarship offerings to African students from
Mm,
30,000 to 50,000.
nice.
In 2020, according to I'm not going to pronounce that acronym. It's UNESCO.
Mm-hmm.
It's Global Annual Education Report. China offered 12,000 university scholarships to African students for the next academic year to support their studies in Chinese universities. That's
Cool.
not bad.
It's not the
That's
worst thing
not
in the
bad. I
world.
don't hate that.
I don't hate that at all. No. I'm not gonna say that that's like a great beautiful thing until I know more. But like, hey, so far so good.
That it's not making me want to puke.
Right. The agenda is to set on a delivery.
Do you think there is possibility for reform of at least the African Union?
Um, not with Ruto as the head of reforms. Oh my God.
Well,
This this
oh
man,
yeah. Who's the head of reforms? Satan.
his entire the all he's done in Kenya so far, right? What he's mainly
Mhm.
known for, at least to me, right, is is his like willingness to throw Kenyans under the bus to try and like pay back the debt, right? He's like the American conservatives when they're talking about like, oh, we gotta pay back our debt, we gotta pay back our debt, we gotta pay back our debt. Right? And he's like that, except he's going to do that, and the way he's gonna do that is gonna be by fucking over all of Kenya. To be able to do that because he thinks the ends justify the means in that way. And also additionally, he's always been like stoking political violence and able in order to like have his sorts of political power not be challenged, right? And he has no qualms with using state violence to quell protests, and I think he's killed a couple protesters with state police.
Would not be surprised.
um no, 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 he definitely has killed at least a couple people like within the state police protests. um and even during the transition was crazy too. Um, but that's a whole nother story. African leaders that drive.
I will say there are some good things
Yeah.
about the African Union. I like that Haiti is an observer. I hope
Mm,
one day it gets introduced as an actual member.
yeah. I like that. Palestine is an observer.
I mean, yeah, I feel like well, who should really be the observers is countries surrounding Africa.
Right. And similarly oppressed peoples.
Not just that, but like I'm fine with China being an observer.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I
That
think
makes sense.
China, also because China does have the history of being a similarly oppressed peoples.
Hmm.
From like the Japanese to the British to like all of these sorts of like reality. China definitely like if we're talking about China, and China remembers it too, right? In terms of like the
Hmm.
violence that they've been dished out. I think that kind of
If
fits
I
under
were in
that definition
charge,
too.
right?
Yeah.
Um, I would say Turkey,
Hmm.
Serbia, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, and Latvia will be removed as observers,
Okay.
as well as Israel, as well as Israel.
Yeah. I think
Um,
Israel should be like permanently not permanently suspended, permanently excised. They should have like a specific thing that we're like against. It should be America and Israel
the
and
fascism
France.
clause.
Hmm? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right. Mhm. Um, I would add, I would add most Caribbean countries as members as well.
Hmm. Would you put Papua
Would
as an observer or a member?
observer.
Okay. Um
I would put I would put the U.S. as an observer, right?
okay.
But I would specifically form like an African American group in the U.S. to act as a member.
Mhm. Solani observers.
I don't use the title of Solani.
Why?
I feel like it's too made up, if that makes sense.
I like that it's made up. I fuck with that. Because like what the fuck else are y'all gonna do? You know what I mean? Like now you have your like your own national identity, right? Um right in terms of like the names that we all pick are all entirely made up. And because of the ripped like identity from that, creating an identity out of like soul, out of like being like the soul culture, right? You literally Black America is the soul of America. You know what I mean?
hmm
So long.
I guess I get what you're saying, but I don't know. I consider myself as an African first
Mhm.
and an American never.
I think if there's gonna be any name for Black Americans, it should be Solani.
I feel like it's also a thing that the whole so like the flag, right? The red black with the gold sword on there.
Yeah, I fucks with that.
I don't mess with it as the Solani flag because it's not
Mm,
that. It was created in 1967
mm.
by other people for different reasons. It's
What?
completely co-opted. I don't like that.
Yeah, I like the design. What was it originally for?
Oh no, it's titled the African American Heritage Flag, right?
Yeah.
And so that's what I call it. But like I don't know, I feel like you can't just pick it up and use it, you know?
What about this one?
No,
No?
absolutely not. Throw
Okay.
away anything that resembles the American flag.
What about this one?
What? That what?
I don't even know
That's
what it's.
random. That's so
Yeah.
random to me.
Um, I think of maybe a variant of this one with like slightly different colors. Like put green
I
somewhere on
mean,
there.
I'll say if they can get if they can get like the relatives of the people who created it to
Hmm.
sign off on that, I'll be cool with it.
Okay. Okay. Bet.
You
Bet.
know,
Bet. Yeah.
but you can't just pick something up and use it like that.
Right. I fucks with this.
Oh yeah, that I just pulled that up too. It's fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it reminds me of Soul Train. That shirt,
Hmm. Actually,
or at least like
I
the
think
font.
what if like as a symbol, um like if the Solon like community were to be able to like collectivize, like specifically decided against having a flag for the purpose of remembering the stolen identity, the ripped identity.
I mean, I think we would just use the Pan African flag then.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's kind of dumb to just not have a flag.
Yeah. Oh well. I don't know. I'm Kenyan.
who are they killing? Is it Christians or is it Muslims?
Yeah,
Now you've got to
as
understand,
the
I like the fact that my colleague did
representative,
mention why are
I get to make the rules.
clean Christians and Muslims or everyone. It's still down to this religious dimension. The Christians that are being killed are being targeted because they are Christians. The Muslims that are being killed are being targeted majorly because they do not subscribe to the sort of Islamic narrative and dimension that these terrorist groups like Boko Haram and ISWAP, do acclaim to. So they are being killed because they are not supporting the Islamic, version of Boko Haram and ISWAP. So it still boils down to the fact that there is a huge religious dimension to this issue, and it is correct. When some claim that the Christians are being targeted, but Christian is there genocide?
This is some of the worst analysis I've ever seen. Oh my god! Yeah, they're.
We consider this analysis.
There's. I think I'm just gonna skip them. In terms of, yeah, there is a genocide. Or no, yeah, I mean, there's no genocide.
Whoa,
But
hold on! I just saw something, bruh.
What do you see?
There's an African space agency.
What? Is that real?
All right. Whoa! What?
What? Are you serious? Dude.
A proposed African resource management satellite constellation joint project was proposed around 2000 and founded in 2003 by Algeria, Kenya, Nigeria, and South Africa. Formal partnerships.
Our leadership, and 3 out of the 6 people are not black.
Boo!
Well, they could be still African.
I mean, how?
North African?
North Africans are still a little bit blackish,
Right. Like this guy I could definitely see like representing a North African country. Members, the president, these are the members from Cote d'Ivoire, Malawi, Namibia. This guy's from Nigeria. Yeah,
That says Algeria.
Algeria. My bad. Nigeria here, Rwanda.
That is not a Nigerian right there.
My bad. Oh, he's from Djibouti and Morocco. Yeah, and Cameroon and Chad. Hmm?
You
Yeah,
sure he's from Djibouti?
that's what he says. Yeah, no, all of these members are African, so I'm not gonna be no hate to anyone in that regard. Our history. Member countries. Or whatever. Um, Satellite connectivity, Earth observation. Are these AI generated?
I don't. I hope not.
Oh, me too. That's cool.
I don't think a space agency would be on the top of the docket, though. To be completely honest.
I think it should be. I like the fact that it's a thing that like African countries are thinking about. They're higher demand, right? There's freedom to be had in Africa. There's freedom to be gained in Africa. However, part of that freedom will also mean that like the countries that are currently like more economically like in a better position should be placing themselves in a position to hold up to pull up the rest of Africa as we center to gain our freedoms. However, like Kenya's not necessarily doing that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Well, I don't know why I said that.
You know, there's a African Energy Commission.
Yeah. And
the Wikipedia article doesn't say a damn thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they ain't got nothing, bruh.
Odd.
As far as the activities of Boko Haram and ISWAP are concerned, I don't think so. I don't think we have gotten to that stage yet. But one can describe it as an overwhelming target against Christians. Now, in terms of why the government, has not been able to deal with this level of insecurity within Nigeria, especially when it comes to counterterrorism, is the fact that one, there has been an overwhelming belief that you can defeat terrorism with more terror. You can bomb out
Ah,
terrorist organizations from far and near, and then you
maybe.
can disseminate them. You can target their leaders, and you can then destroy the group as a result of that. The data has
Mm-hmm.
proven that overwhelming force itself, use of airstrikes, use of the military, and this narrative that the army can destroy Boko Haram is one of the main reasons. Forgetting to understand that
Yeah.
these groups operate for many reasons. So the government has to be able to deal with the financing of these groups, those who are supporting the groups
Mm-hmm.
within the government, stopping these groups from recruiting, from vulnerable population, blocking their narratives, both online and offline, their governance structure, level of discrimination, all that needs to be sorted. And this is where the government is failing because there's an overwhelming belief that might is right when it comes to defeating terrorism.
Right. Yeah, I tend to agree. I tend to think that if you're just trying to like you're fighting fire with fire. Um the
Oh,
the
I'm
this
fine with fighting fire with fire, bro.
No, there's no like way to necessarily be able to like push that, right? You can block fire from spreading, right?
Hmm.
Ideally, right? Your position should be to block fire from spreading, and then make sure that fire doesn't have anywhere else to grow.
Hmm. Would not say that's false.
Yeah, as in create like if you can, um, and if you need to, right, materially, like address the people, and their material conditions, and so that they never feel the need to say that the Nigerian government is or whatever sort of government is doing any sort of yeah like is doing a lack of good for the people, um, but then additionally you have to contain the fire in that not every single one of these people that's not gonna get everyone who is already like ideologically aligned in that way. Um and a couple of a good chunk, I'm gonna say, are Western backed and are doing it with the like bolsterization of religious fundamentalism, um, but also necessarily with just like the ability to like now having the ability to do that because you're buying weapons from like even let's say like the Wagner group, right?
Hmm.
Which is
Have you
like
heard
a Russian thing.
anything out of the All African People's Revolutionary Party?
No, I've not heard anything about them.
I am technically a member.
Are you now? Yeah,
Technically,
send me
I
the link.
mean, I only say technically because there's no difference.
Right.
Every now and then I get an email or so.
Mm. That would be
Mm.
beautiful to have and to
I mean, but
grow.
like in the definition of it, it says Pan Africanism, the total liberation and unification of Africa under scientific socialism, and that spoke to me.
Yeah. Um, that's in scientific socialism being Marxism. That's Marxist Africa is what that is.
I don't think it is because
Scientific
scientific
socialism is
socialism. I feel like scientific socialism is socialism, but that is supported by science, right?
yeah, that's Marxism.
But I feel like it would be different in Africa, you know?
Yeah, yeah, no, it's socialism with African characteristics. Obviously, that's just going to be the nature of socialism. No matter where it develops, it's going to adapt to the people and the
Hmm.
realities
Yeah,
that which exist
you
around
get what
it.
I'm saying.
Right. Um but whenever you hear the word scientific socialism, um that's probably one of the stronger Marxists because they're not even using the word for Marx. They're using like just the word for what Marx called his ideology. You know what I mean?
I will say I kind of I'm looking at the merch for the AAPRP, right?
Yeah.
The designs are pretty good. I can't lie, right?
Okay.
But they're lacking, you
What?
know? Because it'll be like a fire design in the front, right?
Yeah.
But nothing on the back.
Damn. Not even
And
in
it's
Africa?
like y'all couldn't have thrown an African silhouette on the back,
Right.
something
Anything.
like I can't wear something with nothing on the back. That it feels incomplete.
If I wear something with nothing on the back, I'm not gonna I'm gonna have like a backpack, or I'm gonna have like a poncho. I'm
Well,
gonna
no,
have
no.
something with a
I feel
pattern.
like there always has to be something on the back of my shirt. You know what I mean?
I don't have a
I
lot of
don't
shirt
like wearing shirts
stuff
with
on the back.
nothing on the back
Really, I agree.
because it's like you're missing half of the shirt.
um, that's if
Like I've gotten so used to wearing shirts with like a small design on the breast and then a larger design on the back.
yeah,
That's my
that's
style of
ideal.
shirt.
That's ideal generally with t-shirts.
Hmm.
But also like I wear a lot of like flannels and stuff on top. Not like flannels, but like um
This nigga
the
wearing flannels.
no. Let me show you what I mean.
What a goofball.
Uh Wait, you can't see my camera because you're not on the live. Never mind. What's the
Hold on, I'll pull
like
it
like
up.
the button ups?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. I wear a lot of button ups.
I guess button ups are fine, but I feel like I don't know. I mean, since you can't put anything on the back of a button up without it looking like real tacky, I guess.
Yeah.
But your button up should still have a design on there, you know?
Yeah. All my button ups have designs. That's why it's like I try. Usually if I have like a graphic tee, it's gonna be like having the like just like a big design at the front. And then it has the thing, or it has no design, or it's like got the little thing. I don't have a lot. Actually, I think I only have one shirt with a huge design on the back. Um, and that one's like I usually when I wear it, I'm wearing that one as like the centerpiece, right? And I'm making
Yeah,
sure that
because
one you
I
can see
feel
the
like
back.
I feel like when there's a design on the back, right?
You got to show it
Your
off.
shirt fulfills more of its purpose because it's meant
Mm.
to express me, right?
Yeah,
And the back of the shirt expresses me to people I'm not even looking at. It's
definitely.
subconscious expression. That's what I like my clothes to do.
Yeah, and they ain't got nothing for that.
Nothing.
Damn.
And the worst part is, right? I wouldn't say I'm like the biggest fashion nigga on the planet, but like I like
Mm,
my fashion, bruh. You know me. I be thinking of fire designs all the time. And
right.
it's like let me design some stuff.
Where are the comments? Nigerian government has failed because it is complicit. Agreed. Here come the terrorist mouthpiece. Uh-oh. Never mind. Why is Al Jazeera crying again? Okay. Al Jazeera, why are you crying whenever terrorists is hit? What are you talking about? The U.S. airstriking terrorist organization that the Nigeria government approved of. Again, so what's the issue? Philip, shut the fuck up. Respectfully, Philip.
Disrespectfully.
Recruiting, from vulnerable population, blocking their narratives, both online and offline, their governance structure, level of discrimination, all that needs to be sorted. And this is where the government is failing because there's an overwhelming belief that, might is right when it comes to defeating terrorism.
Malik, what's been the reaction there in Nigeria to what happened on December 25th? Are people generally supportive of the US attacks, or do they see it as perhaps an infringement on their sovereignty?
No, the reaction has overwhelmingly been positive from Nigerians, and this is understandable because Nigerians want a destruction of these groups because they've caused so much violence. So when Nigerians woke up in, I think, morning of Christmas to hear what has happened, the consensus among Nigerians was this was a good thing, and this is why the Nigerian government also had to come out to say, yes, the strikes happened with its approval. And this is simply because the Nigerian government couldn't have said no, couldn't have said otherwise, couldn't have even said no to the US because it would face backlash. Because Nigerians have
No, that's what I was saying. Like where some were saying that their hands were tied. This guy just went out and said, yeah, no, they had no choice but to say, yeah, they were uh um saying that they were agreeing with the U.S. government.
I mean, it's like I hate the excuse of like oh, I had no choice, right?
Yeah.
But every now and then, there are some times where you genuinely don't have no choice.
Right.
Like you say no, and they'll just blow your ass up.
Right. Yeah. They were gonna do it anyway, right? The the Americans were gonna do it either way. Um, and I guess Nigeria was just trying to save face then. Um, according to Abuja.
Anonymously accused the government of not doing enough to protect citizens. If the government did what it was supposed to do, we would not be in the situation. There would be no need for the US to come in.
I agree with that. If Nigeria addressed the material conditions, there would be a lot less of like people willing to like fight with the like backing of like America um coming from
To be
within
fair, though,
Nigeria. If
to be fair,
if the
to be
government
fair,
was competent, then rebel groups would be coming from outside of Nigeria.
yeah, I was waiting for that one because it's like they don't care if they're a terrorist.
Right.
They want you to die, and
Right.
and if you're satisfying the needs of your people, they want you to die twice,
Right. Especially
3 times.
maybe
In
even
the
a
case
fourth
of
time.
Fidel, it was like what was it, 300 times?
And they never got him, did they?
No, I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm pretty sure once he started dying of old age, they stopped because that's
Okay.
unnecessary. You know what
Right.
I mean?
That's so mean, dude. Well, America's not like one to be like, no, that's too inhumane.
I mean, well, once the man starts dying, why
Right.
why would they kill him?
What try? Come on,
It's
die faster, die
unnecessary.
faster, die faster.
And carry out, and carry out strike.
Grr,
So
we
the
hate
reaction
you.
from Nigerians has been unanimous
I hate you, nigga. Let's die. I'll
in supporting it. The only
Bill Clinton.
difference is the narrative or the narrative by Trump linking the strike in Sokoto to the protection or the need to protect Christians that have been persecuted or that are victims of a Christian genocide. And this is because people who follow the conflict in Nigeria, I just returned from the Northwest just a couple of months ago. I visited these areas, saying there is an Islamic State operational base in the Northwest. That is actually not factual. And I think the group that is being referred to as an ISIS affiliate is the Lakurawa group. And my reason for
This guy's low-key spitting a little bit. A little bit. Am I crazy?
To be fair, at least I believe in every bit of lie there lies the truth.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Like they can't not just like be coming out spitting American propaganda on Al Jazeera. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, some of them try. This guy.
Going to the Northwest was specifically to do some research on this group, and that included interviews with members of this group. Clearly, this group is not linked to ISIS, so it is surprising for a lot of Nigerians the narrative that Trump has put out, which is clearly contradictory to the reality, of the strike in the region. But in terms of the reaction, the mood of Nigerians is unanimous that this was a good thing, and I think Nigerians also expect more of this strike against the groups because everybody wants to live in peace, wants to be able to sleep with their two eyes closed.
Okay. Ebenezer.
Okay. So what he's saying is Nigerians believe that the strikes were good because they believe that the United States is like fruitful in its promise, and it is like not just fruitful, but like is like intentional and is honest, which it's not. But then also that they understand that it's not the narrative that Trump's narrative is just stupid and wrong, and that he's a fucking idiot. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. I just want to make sure I didn't lose my Wi-Fi or something.
Help me understand something here. We've talked a lot so far in our discussion about
on the Wikipedia of Che Guevara.
Oh, nice.
Boko Haram. But that's not who the US was targeting. As we saw from Amma's report, Boko Haram more active in the northeast of the country, and yet these strikes took place in the northwest of the country and were targeting ISIL, according to the US. And you've all mentioned this group.
And ISIL has no necessary affiliation with ISIS, as he said.
Oh, it's just a coincidence.
Yeah, it's kind of like if all like Marxist groups around the world were like considered one um like organized whatever. You know what I mean?
I just witnessed something that's so stupid.
All right, one sec. Hold on.
Lacarawa. Who are they? And what are they about? What are their motives?
So the thing to keep in mind about violent jihadism in northern Nigeria, and this is not just northern Nigeria, by the way. You're talking parts of southern Chad, you're talking about parts of northwest Cameroon, you're talking about the broader Sahel, Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso. Of course, you all know about what's going on in Somalia, and then northern Nigeria, by
Wait.
the way. You're talking parts of southern Chad.
All right, my bad. I had to fill the dead space a little bit while I was talking to my mom. What were you saying?
What would you say is the barometer for being center left?
Center left?
Mm-hmm.
Anti-capitalism.
Wikipedia says anti center left is
what?
Center left supporters supporters accept market allocations of resources in a mixed economy with an empowered public sector and a thriving private sector.
That's centrists.
Center left policies tend to favor limited state intervention in matters pertaining to public interest.
That's center right.
That's what I'm saying.
Dog. The dividing because like these like left right like dichotomy or whatever is like entirely developed by the French for like the and the conversation was necessarily around whether to like continue the old institutions or whether to like move on to like anti like statist and all these sorts of realities, right? And it's like anti-status quo is the basis for like leftism, and status quo right now globally is capitalism. For in you can't be pro free market and left wing. That's contradictory.
Yeah,
My fault.
it's like it's weird.
Country, and yet these strikes took place in the northwest of the country and were targeting ISIL, according to the US. And you've all mentioned this group, Lacarawa. Who are they, and what are they about? What are their motives?
So the thing to keep in mind about violent jihadism in northern Nigeria, and this is not just northern Nigeria, by the way. You're talking parts of southern Chad, you're talking about parts of northwest Cameroon, you're talking about the broader Sahel, Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso. Of course, you all know about what's going on in Somalia, and then throw it.
Wait, I wasn't paying attention. What? And then I perked up when he heard Sahel. Long live the Alliance of Sahel States. Long live the ASE.
What are their motives?
So the thing to keep in mind about violent jihadism in northern Nigeria, and this is not just northern Nigeria, by the way. You're talking parts of southern Chad, you're talking about parts of northwest Cameroon, you're talking about the broader Sahel, Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso. Of course, you all know about what's going on in Somalia, and then throw into that pot what's been going on over the last few years in northern Mozambique. The key point is that it's very difficult to keep track of all these groups. They are all constant.
Yeah, because it's generally not one group. Additionally.
Dude, I think Wikipedia is like half woke.
Yeah. That's because it's like publicly like public as in like the commons. Wikipedia is the commons of information.
Would you you've looked at like Wikipedia articles like pertaining to political things, right?
Yeah. The Wikipedia
How
articles
would
specifically
you rate its wokeness?
when it's talking specifically about a left-wing thing that isn't like heavily propagandized against, it is some of the wokest, right? But whenever there's like heavier conversation about it, a lot of the time it gets edited to like fit a more broad narrative that's going to be pro-western simply
I'm on
because more people are going to
the Wikipedia for communism.
yeah, no, communists are going to be the one writing that. And they're going to be constantly editing it. But also additionally, just like if you're just trying to define communism, like with no like like Red Scare kind of definition, it's going to like appear like the greatest thing in the world, simply for just the fact that
Yeah.
it's built
Over,
on virtue
I
rather
remember
than
using like the opposite of Wikipedia, right?
Grokpedia.
Huh?
Grokpedia.
No, not Grokpedia, because it was before that.
Hmm. What was it?
Um, I don't. That's the thing. I don't remember what it was called. Hold
Bruh.
on. Oh, I remember now. I remember
Yeah.
now. Conservapedia. Dude.
What a
Let
name.
me tell you something.
Yeah.
Let me tell you
What is it?
something. That is the funniest thing ever.
Let's read the Wikipedia page for um the communist what's it called? Conservapedia page? Can't
You said
spell.
communism? All
Conser
right.
Commupedia?
Communism is a left-winged, anti-democratic, and violent ideology dedicated to supposedly overthrow capitalism,
Mm.
replacing it with an unelected dictatorship of the proletariat by technocrats and atheists and the atheist elite.
Unelected dictatorship of the people. Not elected, by the way. Not chosen by the people because it what? Interesting. The
Under communism, the political system
atheists.
replaces private ownership and the means of production
Mm.
with a supposed collective ownership of the economy, but
Oh.
really maintained for the benefit and profit of a corrupt elite.
Hmm. Mm.
Yes, not capitalism, by the way.
And capital.
Capitalism is impossible to overthrow. As any business or means of production that costs more to operate than the income it produces, i.e., does not turn a profit, will ultimately fail.
For what? For what? For why? Ye-
Also,
Hmm?
I'd mention that I'd like to mention that right under communism it says see also Democratic Party.
Oh my god! Their their entire world is so tiny.
These elites empower criminal gangsters and hoodlums to keep opposition in check. Because private ownership is illegal in favor of a collective, prisons are emptied of anyone convicted of a property crime. Why are they
Dog,
saying that like that's a bad thing? Even if
dog,
that was true, that's not
dog.
a bad thing.
Yeah, I would fucking want what's his name? Fucking Elon Musk. Literally any of these like fucking CEO billionaire niggas. They have so much blood on their hands. Any billionaire really. Even some even a lot of the Chinese ones, I would say.
Oh, and don't get me started on other bro.
Mhm.
Let me pull up the Wikipedia for Earth.
Oh, the
For Earth.
Conservapedia for Earth? Okay, let's hear it.
Yes. Okay, so it does have some information on here, right? But this is a statement from the end of the first paragraph. Some biblically illiterate scientists oh wait, no, this
Biblically
is yeah.
illiterate.
Wait, hold on. Let me start the whole sentence. Some biblical scholars have calculated the Earth is around 6,000 years old using genealogical information provided in Genesis. Some biblically illiterate scientists, however, disagree with this method of calculation, falsely predicting it to be 4.5 billion years old.
What? Dog. Dog. Biblically illiterate? It's a they don't biblically illiterate is one of the greatest examples of every accusation is a confession coming from the right as a you could find a bajillion examples of that. But biblically illiterate, the most biblically illiterate people of all time are conservatives. All time. Love your neighbor flies over their head like it's fucking like I don't know, it's pig Latin to them. I'm trying to be quieter.
Like, bruh. It's hold on, wait. Dude. Michelle Obama is even worse. Michelle has an insane, an absolutely
Yeah.
insane thing.
What is her thing?
Hold on, let me pull it up. Okay. Michelle Obama,
Mm.
redirected from Michelle Big Mike Obama. Michelle Yvonne Obama, known as Michael Robinson,
Awesome. Okay.
held the office of the First Lady of the United States as the partner of Barack Obama.
Hmm.
She's the first African American first, and then
I'm
there's lady in
surprised.
quotation marks.
I'm surprised they used her correct pronouns. I figured they would have tried to like dead name and like dead pronoun her the entire time, or dead
And
name
then
dead
the last
pronoun
sentence
with
says,
air quotes or whatever. Hmm?
forming a domestic union in 1992, the Obamas claim to have two daughters together.
Claim. Crazy. Crazy.
Dude,
Dude. Is
militant racism. This
are they
this
gonna
is
talk about the Klan?
no, this is still in Michelle Obama's.
Michelle Obama has militant racism?
Yeah, apparently. All right. Michelle Obama attended Princeton University, where she created her graduating thesis paper. Media
Hmm.
requested to view the documents during Barack's presidential campaign were denied. The
Hmm.
university stated suspiciously that it would be available to the public after the general election, and for good reason. Michelle identifies with black militancy, utterly obsessed with racism in America and her own blackness.
Dog.
Not
What?
only does she see separate black and white societies in America, but she elevates black over white in her world. Her attitude explains the very reason she felt comfortable attending Reverend Jeremiah Wright's Black Liberation Theology Church for 20 years.
Every accusation is a confession. Every
Always
accusation is
eager
a
to remind
confession.
the world how racist America was and is, she told students while vacationing in China many decades ago there were actually laws in America that allowed discrimination against black people like me who are a minority in the United States.
Which is just that's true. She's just talking.
That's putting it lightly.
She I mean she could have went out like the USSR and called the US an ethno state.
Wouldn't be incorrect.
Wouldn't be wrong.
But
Especially
like,
at those times. And even
is
now,
that
to
not
some degree.
crazy?
That is the wackest shit I ever heard, bro. These niggas.
Would you like to hear a statement from the United
Excuse me.
States of America document?
Okay.
It is a prosperous, generally conservative, and mostly Christian nation.
Generally conservative, mostly Christian, I
Yes.
guess. Generally conservative is not true. Not true. That's not true.
Contrary to globalist and open border talking points, the United States is not a nation of immigrants, but a nation of citizens.
Dog, 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 dog. What? Where? Dog, you're. Huh? Are these two things so incompatible in your mind? How does. You think an immigrant can't be a citizen? And
I
by
think they're
immigrant and
stupid.
citizen, they don't mean either of those words. They mean white and non-white.
That's exactly what they mean.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I want to move on. I want to think about black people instead of what the fuck
Trump's
white.
conservative populism has
Uh,
attracted many a new voter to the Republican Party in the 2020 presidential election. Trump received at least a record-shattering 74 plus million lawful votes.
Trump isn't even Trump is losing a lot of the like I want to see some polls on Trump's popularity within his own base.
The 2020 United States presidential election was held on November 3rd, 2020, but Democrat political machines stuffed the ballot box with millions of mail in ballots, many improperly or illegally cast.
Right. Um
Democrats nominated segregationist Joseph R. Biden, commonly known as the architect of mass incarceration of minorities.
they are you the
Both,
savior, nigga? Nigga, who are you to talk? Nigga,
both
y'all the
Biden and
Klan.
Harris are descendants of
Both of y'all the
slave owners.
Oy, 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 oy. Stay up to date on the latest
Credible,
20.
hold on,
Hmm?
they say credible rape allegations against Biden. Against Biden.
Dog, dog. It's such a blind every single accusation. Every single one. Not even
Oh,
the
by the
fact that
way, in
hmm?
the definition of rape on here, it says atheism offers no condemnation of rape and provides no moral basis for society attempting to prevent and deter rape.
What? Dog. Dog. I don't even really know what to say here. I don't even it's kind of just like you just kind of got to sit there and be like, "Huh?"
Dude, you would not believe they hate atheists more than they hate Obama.
Yeah, that would check out. Again, some of the most biblically illiterate.
Like,
Um,
bro, there's like, oh my god, there's so much.
yeah.
We got atheism and moral relativism, atheism and
Mhm.
various types of immorality, atheism and sociopathy, atheist mass
Yo,
shooters and serial killers,
dog.
atheism and uncharitableness,
Dog.
atheist nonprofit scandals,
Dog.
irreligion and domestic violence, atheism and racism, atheism and empathy, atheism and pornography, atheism and rape, atheism and abortion, atheism and profanity, irreligion and crime and prison population, atheism and psychopathy, and theft crimes, infanticide, bestiality, cannibalism, animal abuse, veganism, hypocrisy, social justice, care of the environment, other moral issues, naturalism, issues relating to knowledge acquisition.
As in like how you acquire knowledge. You just got to read your Bible. Then you'll know everything. There's I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. I think again, a lot of those accusations of like violence or of like immorality or all these different things are necessarily confessions as to like pick one. Like they put like talking about atheism and like moral relativism as in like more they they don't have a set sect of morals, and morals aren't objective to them. Therefore, people can do whatever the hell they want, and they're allowed to go out and murder people, um, in, instead of just acknowledging the fact that morality is relative to culture, um,
Not
and then
only
puts that
that,
on,
but
and
it's
then
like,
says
do they
fucking veganism is like one of the worst moral evils.
do they think everybody just goes around wanting to Let me look at the atheism and veganism thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Be
let's see
interesting for
here.
me as a vegan.
Veganism is the following of a diet that refrains from consuming any animal products, including meat, seafood, poultry, eggs, milk, and honey. It's often thought of as a stricter form of vegetarianism.
That's the
I
entire
don't.
article.
No, that's just the first sentence. Because
Okay.
it doesn't have a first paragraph. It just has a first sentence.
Okay. Interesting. Didn't have much to say on it there.
I'm looking for this because this is not well written at all.
Yeah. What do you mean?
It's so poorly written that it's hard to read. Because it boils down, it's just political talking points. That's all they
Okay.
have.
Read it. Read it. Read the talking points.
There's veganism and atheism in the West, in Asia, in China, specifically China,
Okay.
religious India, vegetarianism, and its low rate of convinced atheism.
Low
New
rated.
atheism and veganism.
Uh-huh.
Richard Dawkins' high blood pressure and his lack of a vegan diet. New
Richard.
atheism's
What?
leadership problem with excess weight and a vegetarian vegan diet. New atheism and
Hmm?
its veganism, vegetarianism, dietary practices of atheists, uh, religion and veganism slash vegetarianism, Christian slash Jewish vegetarianism.
Let's read that one. I think that one
The
might be the.
Christian Jewish one.
Yeah.
See, it's quoting Bible scripture as evidence.
I mean, read it. Read it. I want to know what they're trying to say.
Christian slash Jewish vegetarians commonly cite Genesis 1:29-30, which
Mm.
states, "And God said, Behold, I have given you every plant yielding seed that is on the face of the earth, and every tree with seed in its fruit. You shall have them for food, and to every beast of the earth, and to every bird of the heavens, and to everything that creeps on the earth, everything that has a breath of life, I have given you every green plant for food." And it was so. In addition, they point
Mm.
out that the prophet Isaiah promises that there will be a time in the future when the following will occur: the wolf shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the young goat, and the calf, and the lion, and the fattened calf together.
Okay.
And the little child shall. Oh, you said stop.
No, no. I was like, is that? Are they saying like that? That's a just like. All right. Are they just like describing why certain people ascribe to that on the basis of religion? Because it's not
Yes,
entirely wrong.
that's it though.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be like a basis for knowledge, and it's a basis for knowledge from the perspective of conservative white Protest from WASPs.
hmm Anything else you wanna look up on here
No, I think I want to
before
move
we're
on.
done?
I want to move on.
You sure you don't wanna look up anything else?
Mm-mm. I'll look at it on my own if I care. I don't care. I genuinely don't care.
E equals MC squared is a liberal claptrap. What? My bad. I got distracted.
As in energy, as in general relativity. General relativity is fucking propaganda. Awesome.
That's
Awesome.
genuinely. It says political pressure, however, has made it impossible for anyone pursuing an academic career in science to even question the validity of this nonsensical equation.
What's
Simply put, E
nonsensical
equals
about it?
MC squared is a liberal claptrap.
What does that even mean? Energy is mass times the speed of light squared. Can you explain why that's necessarily incorrect? Hello?
And they said it's a nonsensical equation, but what?
Dog. Is there anything else in that article? Anything?
I mean, it is a full article, right?
Hmm.
But it's
Not full of
stupid.
substance. Does it give any explanation for why it thinks that way? Anything? Anything at all?
There are quotes from physicists, but these quotes don't relate to it at all.
Dog.
Like, here's this quote from Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Mhm.
It's something that doesn't happen in your kitchen or everyday life.
MC squared?
E equals MC squared.
Well, yeah, I'm not converting mass into energy too often. Sorry. Yeah, no.
Sheldon Glashow
Yeah,
is a
something like that.
theoretical physicist and Nobel laureate. He says when an object emits light, say a flashlight, it gets lighter. What?
Wouldn't it be getting heavier?
I don't know.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess it's because it's releasing potential energy then. Mm.
What is this?
That also has nothing to do with. Well, I guess it might. It has something to do with it, but that doesn't support their
Greatest
claim at all.
conservative TV shows. Uh, Adventures of Superman. No, that's not right.
I want to move on, bro.
The Cosby Show.
I want to move on, dog. I want to go
All
back
right,
to
all right.
Nigeria.
Okay. Honestly, it's getting a little late though.
Yeah. Did we answer a question?
I think. What was the question again?
Was like basically for what purpose is the how is um the mining industry necessarily related to this armed conflict? I think we generally started to
Yeah.
understand it. Yeah.
Can I name one other show on the conservative
Yeah.
shows list that pisses me off? Luke
Go ahead.
Cage.
Luke Cage? Okay, drop them. Drop them all. Drop them all.
They got Luke Cage. They got Lazy Town on here.
What? My show.
They have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Never. Dog. They just
Saved by
that's
the
all they know how to
Bell.
do is appropriate. Is to steal.
To Catch a Predator. To Catch a Predator.
You ever hey Conservapedia. What's do they have anything on Trump's on the Epstein files?
Let's see here. Epstein files. All right, let's see here. All right, it's loading in. Wait,
All right.
it's not loading in. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
There we go. It's loaded. There is 2 paragraphs about it.
Okay, we could read the whole thing then.
The Epstein documents are documents that were released on January 2024. That were released in January 2024
All of them?
by order of federal judge Loretta Preska. The documents, which were reported to contain the names of numerous public figures, including politicians and other public officials and celebrities, with connections to disgraced billionaire and Democrat political contributor Jeffrey Epstein, have confirmed that the former President Bill Clinton was on the list. The documents also confirm that President Donald Trump never visited Epstein's private island. Other names that are confirmed on the list are former New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson, Stephen Hawking, Prince Andrew, Marvin Minsky, former Democrat Majority Senate Leader and Obama administration Special Envoy to the Middle East George J. Mitchell, former Israeli Prime Minister
Ehud Barak?
yeah, and magician David Copperfield.
And
What?
proves that Trump was never on the private island.
Yes,
Duh.
the ones that were released on in 2024.
Yeah, they have nothing else on them.
That's it.
I see. They haven't found a counter narrative that works enough. Yeah. I'm gonna let you go, and then I'm gonna read a trip report, and then I'm gonna head out for the night.
Dude, you love those trip reports.
I do. That's how I'm gonna end out every live stream. I'm gonna try and see if I can make that a habit.
All right. I'll see you when I see you.
Gotcha. All right. Where are we gonna find our trip report for tonight? We're gonna look. Of course, supporters. 420 supporters is a great chance. Please helping us and his family. In whatever ways you can. In addition to, do not share my personal information. Fundraiser not found. In addition to Abdullah and Kareem, all the links are found in my link tree, just right here. Thank you all for watching. Let's look at these trip reports. Let's look at a salvia trip report. There. What was the music I was listening to last night when I was it was ambient, right?
And there's nothing you can do about it. That's the worst feeling in the world.
So support St. Jude's. Welcome, welcome. Nightmare trip. Let's see. We're gonna go top of all time. Mystery dose of LSD, 2 tabs stuck together. So, I was at a wedding, and a random groomsman gave me free acid. He didn't tell me the dose or anything. Fast forward a few days, it was 9 in the morning, and when I started the trip, I put the first tab in my mouth. After a little bit, I realized I split forward into 2. Well, at 9:30, I was feeling the start of the acid trip, and at 10, I realized how hard I was about to trip. At 11 a.m., I was starting to see crazy visuals. The walls were shrinking, my sense of smell was better. At 12 was when I had the real fun. I was thinking about bugs and how bugs have addictions to stuff too. It was just basic acid thoughts, and at 1 p.m., I was starting to peak. I was seeing trees and seeing every branch as another tree, but from a sky point of view. My friend faces my phone. We're morphing and splitting in half and folding into itself. Everything looks so oddly symmetrical. I lost track of time at this point, and I was seeing so many patterns in so many different ways. The ways that things work, I thought, and many ways that things work, that every hour was 10 minutes, but every second was years. At 2 p.m., I was coming off the peak, I think, but this was for sure my craziest acid trip. I was kind of tired of tripping at this point, and I wanted to sleep, but anyone knows that's done acid knows you cannot sleep. At around 3 p.m., I was uncontrollably laughing. After 4 p.m., things started to return to somewhat normal. Everything kept getting better at this point. I'm guessing it was a 300 micrograms or higher because I've done a hippie flop on 300 and 2.5 grams of shrooms, and I tripped harder than I did this time than on both. Damn, man. How do you keep such a positive vibe in that situation? It's crazy. Honestly, I just had to remind myself that I was, in fact, real and that none of that was. I think I needed a better understanding. We need a better understanding of how psychedelics work before we know how to control them. I think the whole point is to get super involved, not have control. Just let go and everything will be better. You just have to grab on. You have to let go to grab on. If you have any more questions, you can DM me. Stay safe and always test your stuff. Additionally, I agree. Always test your stuff and stay safe. With that's a bar right there. Let go and everything will be better. You have to let go to grab on. That's a reality. You have to recognize your inability to affect reality in order to affect reality. The Taoists would call this Wu Wei, right? And I think we have a little bit of time to look into Wu Wei a little bit. Wu Wei from Wikipedia. Or just trying to understand it. Or taooflife.org. Wu Wei literally means not doing in Chinese. But in Taoism, Wu Wei does not mean do nothing. Instead, it means not forcing or overreacting because of one's desires, bias, or preference for something. Action through inaction. A sage carries herself by the act of no act. Teach the world by the word of no word. Accepting the course of 10,000 things without being bothered. Act only when it is called without imposing her own will. It assumes no credit for her merits and contributions. And in that, we are now hitting around 1 in the morning. It's been fun. It's been real. Please go check out my link trees. Thank you for helping. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for being here. I had a blast. I will catch you guys in the next one.